Hi everyone. For the small amount of people who actually listen and enjoy this, I unfortunately have some bad news for this episode. My Audacity was just messing up that day completely, and while I had thought I had backup recording for myself, I guess I hadn't saved it or something. I'm going to sound like a very glitchy robot for this whole episode. Sorry about that. But I hope you do enjoy it for what you can get from it. Merry Christmas.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Between the Lines Talk Show. And with me, as always, I have my good co-host, Jake. How you doing, Jake?
I'm going all right. How are you?
I'm doing all right. And also we have Bruce. How you doing, Bruce?
Pretty good.
All right. Well, I guess starting off, everyone's probably confused why there is no November podcast episode, because I did record it and it will probably come out before this. And so there will probably be 2 episodes in December. Really sucks because I've just way busy with holidays and everything else.
One can upload on Eve and one can upload on day.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the biggest upload with life. I've recently I just finished putting together my living room, building a bunch of shelves and stuff and putting things together and taking tons of games and movies out of storage and throwing them on a shelf finally. That's my biggest update, and I've just been so busy because of Thanksgiving, and then I shot it short recently, or just 2 days ago actually, and then I have to edit that, so it's fun. What are you guys on your lives?
I have been busy working, but in my spare time, I have started yet another book. If you put Devil's League aside, the unpublished stuff I have is I have one completed novel, like a straight-up novel, and I have a half-written other project that I don't know how to pitch, and then I have this, which is very marketable and very easy to do for me. So I'm focusing my efforts on this right now to try and get a publisher and an agent off of this so I can then sell the other stuff.
Did you want to talk about what that is at the
Sure. It is I don't know what I'm going to title it, but it's going to be a bunch of one-page horrors. Maybe that will be the title. Where you can, like, if you're looking at a bookshelf, I'm reverse engineering from people looking at bookshelves in libraries, and they see all these books, and they say one that says one-page horrors. If you're even a little curious, you're going to pick it up and read one page, right? And just spend 1 minute of your life, 30 seconds of your life reading a story. And, you know, if I'm a good enough writer, maybe you'll like more.
I like the idea, and it kills me to say this, but in day and age, it's probably the best way to get someone to start reading.
Right.
Because literally short form,
I'm writing
short attention
for
spans.
TikTok Brain.
Exactly.
I'm writing for TikTok Brain.
I mean, it's a cool idea. I just know I would not come up with 200 stories.
Well, that's it. Like, I can write one of those one-page stories in it's kind of hard to guess, maybe like 10, 15 minutes.
Well,
And when I write the template, like the rough draft, it'll be like a page and a half or 2 pages, and then I just trim it down and trim out the fat and make it more powerful.
and even then,
Yeah.
Bruce, to be
know
fair, it's one page. How many words can you possibly put into one page, I think? If we're talking paragraph structure and everything, that's like...
I did not do a word count, but I'm doing a classic 6x9 page with a 12-point font. A lot of books are an 11-point font, so that'll actually give me more room if I decide to do that instead.
Regardless, though, there's 365 days. If you wrote 1 page per day, you could still knock it down with 165 days. It's not that hard. But I definitely...
And I'll definitely be writing more than a page a day.
With me, it's not writing the page. It's coming up with enough ideas to fill those pages.
No, I get what you mean, yeah. I feel though, the clips though, I mean, you read 1 page horror, it's like, okay, I mean, the concept in itself is what's unique. I mean, yeah, not every single thing is going to be knocked out of the park.
So my thing is that I'm looking back at these like 6 or 7 stories that I've written, and again, they're still rough drafts, but I've noticed that, like, and this is just a natural consequence of doing this, there's not a lot of, if any, character description. Like, for example, the opening line of one of them is, Alice has lived in the apartment for 3 months before realizing what was wrong about her bathroom mirror. right?
Mm.
So that it gives exposition in one sentence that like you would have otherwise spent a paragraph describing.
Right.
You know, I'm trying to like really be economic with how I'm doing things, but you know, in any other book, you'd be like, Alice has this type of hair, and you know, she likes this, and this is a quirk about her, and this is why she's in her thing. So I'm kind of focusing mostly on the horror of the story, like what is happening around her, and you know, when she's in this place and stuff like that.
No,
So that's just again, that's one of the stories.
no, I like it. I think it's good. Bruce, how's your life going? What's been going on?
It's been alright. I've mainly just been working. I put screenplay archaeology on hiatus to work on the project. Not something I can really talk about publicly yet, but you know, it's been good. I've been kind of trying to relax, get that worked on, get other stuff done.
Nice, very nice. Well, I guess since we are talking about projects, as for me, like I said, I shot a Christmas short. We did this a couple of years ago with I think we called it Christmas Run. The idea is basically you shoot something and one day shoot. And then usually one day edit, and then some music, and then you release it. It's just meant to be really quick, really fun. This time around, I had my storyboard artist cook something up and direct. She's never directed before, and I forced her to do this because I think she's really creative, and she does not have faith in herself. And I was like, "No, you're doing this," and she did really good. So now I have to edit that.
It's not bad.
Which at the moment I'm in an overwhelming amount of editing products. And I'm like, fuck my life, but who knows? I should be able to it all out if I really just lock in.
You know what's so funny, Xander, is the moment that we're done recording this show, I'm probably just gonna sit in this chair and just edit so many things that I'm trying to do.
How many things do you have to edit?
I have a lot of commentaries recorded for
Okay.
Hot Quality. You know what? Let me open it up. Let's bang this open. So, I have the next 8 episodes of Hot Quality content are all going to be The Witcher
Right.
Season 3. Those are all ready. They finally all beat copyright, and they're all ready to go. And there's even a 9th bonus episode that is also going to come out as well, which, you know, not a lot of people know about. But we're also doing the Worst Pictures as commentaries. Now, I have uploaded 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, working on the 6th in advance. I'm working on Leonard Part 6,
Oh
ironically.
God.
But those other 5 all need to beat copyright. So while the Witchers are uploading without copyright right now, I need to fight the claims of The Lonely Lady and Bolero and Rambo First Blood Part 2
Jesus.
and all these other ones.
Okay.
So that way they can
Wow.
upload properly.
All right, yeah. Yeah, no, I...
Someone
I have-
out there is simping hard for movies no one knows about.
Yeah, I have...
Big time.
And I'm saying someone who is aware of some of these shitty movies.
I have the November podcast to finish, and then the Christmas, and then I'll have this podcast to edit. So hopefully I can get it all done because I still have I don't know. I think I still have things around the house I need to do, but I did a lot. I had I like to bartend, and so I had like a couple alcohols that I built and put up recently, and then I have a popcorn bucket shelf now.
Oh, cool.
Jake, so yes, that's the biggest thing actually, probably.
Yes.
I spent an ungodly amount of time online looking at different shelves and measuring things and trying to find the best popcorn bucket to shelf length ratio. Because I didn't want...
You need at least like a
Yeah.
foot, right? You need at least a
Well,
decent
because I
amount of
wanted
space.
to try to at least be able to put 2 popcorn buckets per shelf, like behind each other. So like one in front and then one behind if I could. And then I wanted to try to find out how much I could. And I didn't want to just have like a shelf like in the background here it's like right there. Because my idea was I wanted to have it in the living room behind the couch. And so like you just see like a display wall of them behind the couch, just like cool and stuff. Because we tried to theme our living room kind of like to make it sort of like feel like a movie theater type thing. So yeah.
Yeah,
But
I'm gonna do that too. I've redone all the rooms in my house except the living room. I have big plans for
yeah,
that.
I mean it's like a pseudo kind of movie theater vibe. It's insane or anything, but it's something. And so I kept looking because I'm like, okay, well, you know, I don't want the shelves to be bigger, the couch, and I also, want to be smart with my money. I don't want to just like buy the first thing I see. I gotta like do the rest. And eventually, finally happened upon these metal on Amazon that like you could change the tier length of, and they were pretty wide. And it was like for $60, I got one shelf. And I was like, okay, this works. And it's fit everything, thankfully.
Hell yeah.
I still need to reorganize it and make it look all nice and stuff. And I was gonna put some of my NECAs on there too. But yeah, that's my big thing. So that was the coolest thing. But let me tell you, that was a pain in the ass because I literally was measuring different shelves I owned. I was stacking popcorn buckets on the floor, measuring the length of space they took up, and I'm just like.
Well, you bought the Jurassic World's Rebirth
I did.
footprint, right? That
And
thing
then
is
here's
massive.
the fucking annoying thing about it. It is a tough to stand up because you can't just like stick a tack into a wall and then have it like hook on because it's just not like long enough to like just sit
Right.
on it. It's infuriating. And then also if I could just go on a rant for
Yeah.
no, what were you gonna say, Bruce?
I was just going to say, you're talking about shelves. I've been thinking about trying to get replacements for these two bookshelves, but just all the work of having to measure it and then try and figure out if I get the right dimensions, I just haven't gotten around
When
to
it
it
comes
yet.
to bookshelves, it's not that tough. It's really more if like you don't like deep books or not. Like usually because when I got bookshelves for the living room, I just went to Target and got a couple. And really my only issue is that they were super deep. But it ended up working out because I was like, oh, I could just use the back of it to store stuff, so that way the front was pushed up. But that's my thing.
I'm an outlier in the sense that I actually really like building pre-made stuff like that, like anything from IKEA or furniture, or bookshelves and stuff. It kind of reminds. It's the same energy as building a Lego set, except at the end of it, I don't get a toy. I get a piece of furniture that I can put a bunch of stuff in. which is
I don't
cool.
mind
So
building
it's really
stuff.
fun for
I mean,
me.
I enjoy it. It's just more like the beginning because I suffer from buyer's remorse hard, so I really think about my purchases. And so with furniture and stuff, it was just like a lot of like thinking and this and that, like making sure and stuff like that. The thing about furniture is that like I don't mind building it, but it's like once you build it, if it's like oh I didn't really like it, it is kind of a pain to tear it down and then have to return it. Ideally, you don't want to have to do that. We have a new couch too. That one was fun to get because I wanted to get something that was like an L couch, but I wanted funky, so it's cool. It's like an L, and then you pull the L part up, there's storage, and then you can pull out like a part that turns into like a bed and stuff. And the weirdest thing, which I thought was unique, was the sides of the couch have shelves built into them, which they're not
Interesting.
big shelves and they're not deep shelves. They can only like fit a couple candles, like very like small novellas. But I'm not gonna lie, as a man who only owns an apartment, I'm trying to have things be as multifunctional as possible. And I'm like, well, that's cool at least. So, but yeah, I mean that's my biggest thing. Oh yeah, frames. I don't know about you guys. Do you when you have post stuff, are you like dead set on like this has to be in a frame, or if you tack something on a wall, it tack on the wall? Okay.
I do not tack. A lot of the posters I have are like semi-valuable, like they're either signed by people or they're like from the theatrical run, whatever else. So I try and like keep them as good quality as possible. I have a frame, and we're not doing video, but behind that Matrix thing is a Dr. Caligari poster, which is over 100 years old, and it's in rough shape. If it were in perfect shape, I'd be worth like I would sell it today. I'd be a jillionaire. But it's in really rough condition, so I had to get it custom framed so that like it would preserve as much detail as possible. But I could never just like tack that on a wall. I can see the tack marks from when it was previously tacked on walls, and I in the sense of like I wish you didn't do that before I owned this. I would not want to do that before the next person owns it.
I have some posters, and I would well, I don't really have the space to put them up in here, and I would put them up in my dorm room. And thing is that nothing I used would let them stay on the wall. They would just curl back up again was the problem. So yeah, and I have like a couple of things that are in like frames. I've got like a picture of Lon Chaney from London After Midnight that's in the frame. I've got, but they're all like put away right now. But there's a whole there's a whole
on what
there's a whole stack of rolled up posters I have. I have like I think it's like an actual like real like first run Godzilla 2014 poster. I've got a Watchmen poster. I've got a Terminator 2 poster.
Yep. There are places like around New England. We have Michael's. I don't know if that's a store around you guys, but
I'm aware of it.
Yeah, we have Michael's and Hobby Lobby.
You can get like a movie poster size dimensioned frame for like $40, which again isn't like super cheap, but like compared to anything else that's like decent. It's all plexiglass, you know, or not. It's like acrylic technically, and it's got plastic edges. I've noticed that like no matter what the poster is or how high or low value it is, the frame does not matter as long as it doesn't look like broken or scuffed. Like as long as it could be the cheapest frame in the world, it'll still do its job. If the poster falls, the frame breaks. The poster is fine. So that's all that matters.
Yeah, for me, growing up, I used to just stack posters. It wasn't like a big deal for me, but you know, I was just a kid. And then eventually I was like, no, you should frame them because they look nicer. And so then I wouldn't frame, but then eventually, I don't know, in college, I started thinking about it. And then when I, only like the last few years, I started framing posters. My first one was this Wolfman one that someone got. It's like an art print someone did. And it was like for lawn, so I had to like get a custom frame from Michael's that, well, luckily they sold it, but anyways. And that's probably my best one, but yeah, now I go out of my way to frame all my posters because, well, one, it keeps them nice, and then two, one of the interesting things is that no matter the frame, if you put a poster into a frame, like even if it's a cheap frame, it suddenly makes it look aesthetically more pleasing. Like I don't know, like you tack something on a wall, it's like, okay, yeah, it's a poster, it's cool, but it's also sort of like, yeah, you know. But like, even though it's mundane, you throw it on you throw it in a frame, throw it on a wall, you're like, oh wow, that's cool, kind of thing. It's such a weird, like mental thing, but
yeah, it's a psychology. You're absolutely right about that.
Yeah, it's so weird. So yeah, I've made it my mission where it's like my apartment. If anything goes on the wall that's a poster, it has to be framed. Which is in my rant of why the fuck are frames so stupid expensive. For one, damn things all come in like for one, it's like we were saying, $40 for a movie poster. Why the hell is it $40? It's just a wood and some plexiglass.
because well, if it was wood, it'd be way more. But if it's like the plastic cheapest ones that are like $40, that's just the amount of materials. Because if it's like a 2 by 3 foot or 27 by 40, then the cost to actually buy and manufacture those, like you have to profit obviously off that. But $40, you better be kissing your sweet stars and garters that you're not spending 10 times that amount on like a wooden frame or something like with real glass or something like a museum. Those will fucking kill you.
Oh no, that's true. Yeah, I mean, I spent because I had a cheap. Now I will say, yeah, any cheap frame works, but there are frames that the slide-on ones, like the border slide on instead of like it's just one actual frame. Those ones, you have to be careful because like my Alien Romulus IMAX poster in that for years, and recently I had to replace the frame with a $30 frame that was like actually like more higher quality because the bottom just kept slipping off, and so like the whole like poster started like falling down, and so I was like fuck. And I think that was just because it was from the heat of my computer because it sits right above my computer here. So
dude, I wish I had friends at like a movie theater where it's like, do you want this IMAX poster? Fuck yeah, of course.
I'm very fortunate, and I mean I go to the movies a lot, so you know you get those promotional posters, which fuck whoever decided to make those promotional posters the weirdest size. There is never one uniform damn size. I have had to buy stupidest amount, like the fucking Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 2 posters. I fucking had to buy like specific frames for those. That was a pain in the ass to buy, and then I had to buy 2 I had to buy a third one because during an earthquake, one of them fell and cracked the damn frame.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, it's so fucking annoying. I got really lucky with the Sonic 3 promotional posters because one was or they were both shadow ones, but they were both the exact same size, and that was just like a $10 frame. And I was like, oh, thank God, thank God.
That's funny.
Yeah, but I also have a huge collection of just rolled up posters in my garage. Segues into a bit of the news that I have.
Oh boy.
Jake knows about this. I could have put this in the Monsters podcast, but it's more personal news than anything. On Black Friday, the morning of, according to the security footage, my garage was robbed. And
I heard about this.
So no one knows how they got in. For some reason, the security cameras only catch him coming out of my garage. But I think that they somehow managed to get in through my neighbor's garage, and the only thing, because they're like packed garages, and the only thing separating them are just drywall. So I think there was like some broken drywall in my neighbor's garage, and they were able to break through, or just like realize it was just drywall and kick through into mine. And I keep a lot of stuff in there, namely, among other things besides posters, keep film equipment in there. And I keep what I like to call the prop box, which has all the props from all my other films. And out of everything that got stolen, the werewolf gloves and one of the werewolf shoes was stolen. They just managed to have come back for the second shoe, and then they didn't grab the shirt and pants. So yeah, they're out in the world. I don't know if they got fenced or what happened to them. They're probably in a trash bin, but yeah, those got stolen.
Like, there can't be like a lot of value to that.
I was telling him that same thing, and Xander thinks that, oh well, they can, they think they can resell the fur, but if it's like a costume material, it's not like you're spending Gucci money on
like,
these fucking
they
werewolf
also
costumes.
because I had bought a whole roll of wolf fur material from Hobby Lobby, and so I had left over, and they stole that as well. They stole a lot of stuff, but they had been, I could tell because they had like pulled things out and also like bag stuff in my own bags to like take more, and so they were gonna take more like luckily they didn't get like the expensive film equipment like the tripod and stuff that I have, but they did get like stuff, and they were gonna come back for like these Mac computers in there and stuff like this. And yeah, so I don't know, I guess they just wanted to take the lighter things first and then come back later stuff. I don't really know what it was, but yeah, they took. So I think they were trying to fence the fur, but I don't even fucking know, man. I guess they were just, let's take everything I can get and go.
Go to your local pawn shop and see it.
I don't know, man. It's annoying. I mean, the joke is maybe it's a fan of the channel. He's like, oh my god, it's the anxiety moon stuff.
I have to track down the guy who uploaded this somehow. Find his garage.
So with that said, if you're in the California area, there's a bounty. If you find the werewolf gloves, if you find some werewolf gloves that have some fur attached to them, very lawn wise, and one Converse high top shoe that has a bunch of fur glued to it,
Xander will pay $50,000 to information.
Please give me information. I want my fucking werewolf back.
When you mentioned them kicking through the drywall, all I could picture was Morpheus in that first Matrix movie going, oh!
And then headbutting through.
Yeah.
I think he also stole the Invisible Man. He definitely stole some Invisible Man stuff too. But
well, that's a lot easier to
all
replace.
it's easy to replace. I was gonna have to read costume if I ever return, but it was still like, it's like, damn, that's fucking history, man. What the hell? It's like, yep. I don't know. It's like the expensive stuff. Okay, thank God you didn't get the film equipment. I'm like, you couldn't have just like grabbed that extra Mac that I had in there. You couldn't have just grabbed that first. Why did you have to steal the fucking?
I'm surprised they didn't go. It's just weird they would steal props and not like a Mac.
I think they had to have thought the props were like somehow
Something
really valuable
like
and
that,
sellable.
because they definitely
the
were
only thing I can
trying to
think of.
come back. They just did, and I guess maybe they got cold feet,
Or they're
Yeah, they
dumbasses.
must have gotten cold feet, or planning to come back another night, or something like that. Because
Or they took it to the pawn shop and they realized, oh shit, this isn't actually
well,
worth
one of the
anything.
things, because when we shot Red, I bought a bunch of sunglasses in the hopes that like, oh, we'd break some and stuff. So and they were like super. And then those got stolen, all the sunglasses. So my only thought is they saw the sunglasses.
Yeah, that's
they
the only
took
thing that would
those,
make
they
sense.
Tried to pawn. I said, "This shit isn't worth jack." That's my only laughter. But I'm just like, you couldn't have just. Yeah, I'm like you couldn't have just bagged the fucking Mac Ran. Like, come on, man. Why that? That's my little thing right there.
That's
So
funny.
if anyone finds the werewolf gloves, please contact me.
He was fucking wailing, thinking he found werewolf hands.
Well, there's no
$50,000
$50,000 reward, but oh my god.
Yeah, Xander will pay out of pocket for it. Any information leading to their arrest.
dude, it's gonna be like three months down the line. Jake's gonna be like, so I just recently came into a purchase of a movie prop. And it's one of the it's not the gloves, it's
your
just
costume.
one shoe.
No, when you mailed me the Mission Impossible poster, I fleeced your address and then tracked you down. That's probably not even the same address. And broke in, took the werewolf costume, brought it back to now,
Okay,
and
that
now I'm
makes
trying
sense.
to resell it
That's
to
why
you
you
for
said
a
the
profit.
reward of $50,000.
It's an elaborate plan. Exactly. It's all part of the plan.
Yeah, so
part of the
if
deal.
you are the thief and you are listening to this,
Fuck you.
Please just return the damn. I just want the fucking werewolf costume. Like the werewolf.
Fuck you.
You motherfucker. Yeah.
That's
So that's the biggest thing. Biggest tragedy that's had. But I'm slowly getting over it. Unfortunately, every time I go into that damn garage, I just look and I'm like, fuck hell, man. I boarded up. I went to Home Depot the next day and bought planks of particle board or just wood boards, and just screwed them into that side of the wall, just so that nobody could kick it down. I don't know if they would actually stop anyone, but at the very least, it's not just drywall they have to kick it through.
Need a sledgehammer.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so that's kind of my thing. So moving on, other small project, slight update. I'm comfortable saying it here because nobody listens. I have gotten a producer for Project Wrapped, my shelved mummy film. So currently, I mean, a lot of the pre-production was already done. So currently, it's just kind of picking all that stuff back. Hopefully, the hope is shooting starting in February or March, but that just depends on how fast things go. But yeah, that's getting worked on, so we'll find out. That's kind of part of the reason why I'm so swamped, because suddenly now I have like a bunch of other things. I'm like, oh shit, this could just potentially just start happening. So yeah. But yes.
That's awesome. I have been privileged enough to read the script, and it is gonna be fun. It's definitely in line with the other three movies stylistically, and it's gonna be a lot of fun if you're able to secure the funding. Is the main hindrance so far.
Did you ever look at the storyboard? Heart attack. Did you look at the storyboard for it, Jake, or did you never?
Yeah. I went through them. It's gonna be pretty cool.
Thank you. I will say, not only did you get to read it, but you also I also invited you to make a rewrite of it, because we were trying to see about skin, and I thought your rewrite was good, but it didn't.
You liked your original
Yeah,
vision.
it was just the original vision, and it was like.
That's understandable. The way I see it is like I did exactly what was asked, but you realized you didn't actually want what was asked. So that's why.
Yeah, I tried, and it was also like. I gave you way too. I think in terms of remakes, I gave you way too many restrictions, and I don't think that was fair of me to do. And I'm sorry about that.
No worries, man. No skin off my back. I mean, I sent you users. I sent you a script. We'll just say that you actually asked like if I want to send you something. I can. I sent you a script that I designed to be super shootable and easy to do. So we'll see if that ends up happening. As well.
I read it. I still have the other two read it, but at this point, it will have to be put on the back for the foreseeable future, unless Project Craft gets shelved again. God forbid. I'm sure you understand.
All I'm saying is
I don't
that,
want that to happen to you.
I think no matter what the budget is, you can do better than that one super cheap mummy movie I watched on Amazon, where I swear they filmed the tomb in like an escape room.
We don't have a tomb, or there is no tomb set. I tried very hard to like keep in mind my limitations of being in California.
Yeah, obviously.
So we'll see what happens. But
Unlike
You wrote in a desert. I don't know.
California has desert.
Good
yeah,
luck.
California has deserts. You can,
That's true. There are
I mean-
beaches. You
I mean,
can. I don't know logistics.
I
of
mean,
getting a
the
film crew out there,
Mojave
but it's
is right
possible.
there.
yeah, it's not that hard. It's a drive.
But, I
don't
mean,
get me wrong. But it's
I
possible.
mean, Universal films all their stuff in California, so
Yeah, exactly. So listen, it can't be any worse than the Mummy 3, Tomb of the Dragon Emperor.
it can't be any worse than Tomb of the reused footage.
Yeah. Look,
Tell you what. I'll say this here and now. If you secure somebody to give you $1,000 for the Project Wrapped, I guess is what we're calling it, I will consider matching that to produce mine back to back, because you can use the same actors.
yeah, okay.
I'll consider
all right.
that.
You know what? That sounds good. Sounds good. All right.
Call it the producer's
Alright,
cut.
good.
Yeah. Since we are talking about, so I guess that's all that you have to talk about, Jake, and I think that's for you, right, Bruce, with any projects?
Yeah, it's just the one thing I can't talk about.
One
And,
thing. Do we have any?
But I'm
So
so proud of
you.
you.
So
That
proud
thing
of
you
you.
can't
Is there
talk
any,
about. I'm so
like,
happy.
Time
So
range
fucking
of
happy.
when we will finally be able to talk about, or is that still up in the air?
I told the people I'm talking to that I could be done at the most by March.
Oh, okay, cool, interesting. All right. Well,
So I'll probably finish before then.
How much of
Okay.
it? What percentage of it is done?
I would say, depending on what I have to add, I am like 80%.
Oh hell yeah!
nice.
It's awesome.
Hell
I can tell you more when we're done recording if you want me to.
yeah. Nah, it's okay.
Yeah, no problem.
We'll move
I was
along
just
that
curious.
subject because I don't want to jeopardize any chances. Anyway, so speaking of movies, it's time to talk about popcorn.
Do you remember popcorn for you? Was Jiffy Pop and Jiffy Pop were so much fun to do. Pop, pop, Jiffy Pop. Now a microwave popcorn can. Pop, pop, Jiffy Pop. Tastes as good as it did back then.
If you thought no microwave popcorn could taste as good as the stovetop Jiffy Pop you loved as a kid, try microwave Jiffy Pop.
Pop, pop, Jiffy. Now a microwave popcorn can. Tastes as good as it did back then.
Jake, any new popcorn?
Are there any?
So I happily walked to the AMC theater waiting to get the Predator Badlands bucket of the ship, and instead they
Yeah, the
only
helmet.
had the head of the Predator. And I did not have time that day to drive to like another theater, whatever, Cinemark, whatever has it, to get the one I really wanted. So I do not have the Predator Badlands bucket. However, last time I think we did talk about the Tron
Yes,
Ares bucket
the
that I
big
got.
motorcycle.
Big
yeah.
giant
you
light
talked
cycle.
about that. I remember.
So-
Stupid lights.
That is still the latest one in my collection. I am yet to expand.
Well,
So
I
I'm
will
still
tell
waiting.
you what. I'll be right back because I have new popcorn buckets. The Universal Monsters stuff buckets. These were actually from last year.
That's
the
cool.
little
Okay.
tin thing.
That's at least somewhat interesting.
But the one that came out this year was this little
That's pretty
tiny
cool.
guy, and then
There's like a Play-Doh bucket.
and then they came out with a little werewolf. So I chose the Wolfman, of course, little dude. And now for the stuff you guys definitely don't give a fuck about. I got the Five Nights at Freddy's buckets. So I got Bearhead, Jake. I got Bearhead.
I've heard that. I've heard the
Oh.
new one is dog
If
shit.
you're a fan of the movie, you'll enjoy it.
You are 5 years old.
You don't understand.
No, I also
this
heard
was
it was
really
dog shit.
cool. The eyes light up. Each eye lights up for some reason. That's cool. And then the head comes off to become like an actual mask. So you get this off this front part.
That is actually
Let me see
cool.
if I can't do it really quick. Yeah, there. See.
Megan did the same thing with her bucket.
Like it has a strap, so you can actually put it on as a mask. So. Yeah.
So if you want to rob a bank,
Or a garage. Let's see if
The only exposure I have to that franchise is that I played the first video
Really?
game once a long time ago. I was bored out of my goddamn mind. I couldn't make it more than like 20 minutes. I was like, this is so not interesting
it's
for
a
me.
super. The thing about Five Nights at Freddy's to me is that it's just super simple game premise that the fans have like built out into this big lore thing.
Well, it is lore. I mean, there's just a bunch of lore within the game, and so that's what's cool about it.
But it's most of it's not in the game. Most of it's just, oh, we see this random thing in the background and we made it up.
I don't know. Look. The thing about FNAF is, unless you were like there, you're just not gonna. You just had to be there. It's kind of like Pokemon. It's like if you didn't grow. With
I
it,
feel
you're
like-
not gonna get it. What were you gonna say, Jake?
Hey,
I did not grow with it. I even
Yeah,
had
I enjoyed the
movie
first
as a
one.
kid. Did you like the first
I'm
one?
not gonna call it a cinematic masterpiece or anything, but fun. It was a good time. I think the second.
yeah, I heard the first.
Do you think
Oh.
the second one is better or worse?
I've heard the first one was fine.
The second one's definitely better than the first one. I enjoy it. Yeah. There's a meme
Oh,
going
you're the
around
first person
on
I've
like
heard say that.
Instagram and probably YouTube and stuff where it's like I think it's like using audio from Smiling Friends where like one guy's like, oh yeah, that was funny, that was good, you made me laugh. Really? So the movie's good? No, that was an awful movie, but the references, those were good. So as a fan, it's like, oh yeah, these are cool things to see, but it's still a terrible film. But yeah, those are my new popcorn bucks. I had to go to my way to get those. Let me tell you. The stage, I happened upon because Regal was selling them early, and when me and my friends went to see Eternity, they showed them for sale, and I was like, and it was so funny because my storyboard artist, my best friend, she and her brother like FNAF 2, and they wanted the stage as well. So I was like, okay, if I see it, I'll try to go up. Well, so I happened to have my partner and roommate there when we saw Eternity, and so I asked the cashier, I was like, is it one per person? She's like, yeah. I'm like, all right, go grab one. And I tell you, I felt like a scalper at that moment, and I felt awful. That was an awful feeling. And the Freddy head was so annoying because while I appreciated the standard practices AMC did to prevent any scalping and stuff, it was just annoying because I left at 11, and I got there like at around 11:30ish, and I AMC's open because at the one mall it's like the AMC is built into the mall, so it's like just like an open. There's no doors or anything. So I walked in. I went. I was like, I'd like to get the Freddy head bucket. And like, oh, we're not selling it until 12:30, until the first show time. And I was like, and again, it was just like I was just an hour early. I was like, you're kidding? Like, no. And you have to have a ticket. And I was like, seriously?
My theater doesn't give a shit about that. They're like, as long as it's the day that they can sell it, they're like, yeah, whatever.
So I picked up a ticket really quick because I have a A-list, so it didn't matter. And I walked around the store, and luckily I was able. It was 2 per person, so it took me an hour, but eventually I was able to get 2, one for my friend. And yeah,
You
that's,
scalper. Jeez.
I know. I'm a dirty scalper. Ugh. Felt awful. It really did. But I mean, I get it. I'm
Hell
glad
yeah.
that they were doing practices to prevent any scalping and stuff like that. It was just in my head. I was like, God damn it! I drove the car. There was a line too, which was funny because it's like they have the standard and the A-list line, and so all the people who had come early just to get it were in the standard line. The A-list line was empty. I was like, so what happens if I just stand in the I stood in the A-list line? It was fine. I was like, okay.
That's funny.
They really they only cared about having a ticket, and they'd only sell it at 12:30. So
Nice. Can't complain.
Yeah. So now on to the actual topic that you guys care about. Movies we've seen recently. Let's get started with it.
I thought this was the big topic.
No,
yeah.
no, so-
Since the last EQS, I don't think I've seen any new movies except The Roses, which isn't even that new of a movie.
Oh yeah, House of Roses.
Yeah.
That came out in August.
It kind of sucked. That's
Oh.
all I have to say. This is gonna be a you and Bruce talk.
And sadly, it's a remake of
Yeah,
a
I
actually
love that
pretty
first one,
solid
the-
movie from the 80s.
Michael Douglas. I almost said Kirk Douglas's dad. That's such a great movie.
All right, Bruce, what have you seen?
So I've seen. I'm gonna pull up my. So since we last recorded, what am I looking at here? So I did go see The Running Man.
Okay, what'd you think?
Nice.
I enjoyed it. I was with it up until it's specifically the way they execute the ending is really fucking annoying because it feels like they shot 3 different endings then mushed them all together.
Yeah, I totally agree. You're 100% right. I feel like I don't know because like the rest of you could have cut it off at any of those endings and it would have been better. But the more endings it had, I think the more it tapered down in quality.
I still think.
Yeah, it's like if you would have just done.
Oh no, what were you gonna say?
Because you would have just done one or the other, it would have been fine.
Right.
I still think they should have committed and have him crash into the building, but I mean, again, it's like I get.
I even like the ending, one of the endings, the first of the endings actually, where that dude, the program comes on and he's like, "Look, it's a conspiracy theory. This is a vessel that got out, maybe." And that if you just ended it there and left it open, that's awesome because that kind of comments on, that kind of culture that's like conspiracy people about it. Like, is he alive? Well, maybe you're the problem.
So yeah, but
I
it
enjoyed
was
that.
it was a good time. It wasn't as good as the other Stephen King Richard Bachman adaptation from this year, which was The Long Walk. That movie was
Long
incredible.
Walk was really good.
Yes. Movie's too good.
Well, I
for its
guess
own right.
I guess we might as well talk about it just to finish off. Wicked for Good, Bruce.
I don't really have a lot to say. I racked my brain thinking about it for like a week after I watched it. I think the movie's okay, but my God, are the narrative choices just weird and like certain just things they do in terms of execution where I'm just like, what? Like the first movie, whatever you can say about it, the choreography of the musical numbers is at least
Very
impressive
much,
or interesting to look at. In this one, there's multiple musical numbers where it's 2 of the better songs in the movie too. There's For As Long As You're Mine, where they very slowly walk in circles around each other and there's like no chemistry for a romantic song and she's wearing a Snuggie for some reason.
The sex.
It's so weird. Yeah. And then you get to the big song at the end, the title song For Good, and they shoot it in this weird claustrophobic like 2 shots of them just standing there. What did you forget how to choreograph? Because No Good Deed.
Oh yeah,
that's
no
the best
good.
part of the movie.
I have to admit
That scene
that,
rocks.
like at the end of that song, I literally said out loud, I was like, "Okay, that was epic." It was pretty cool. But no, I agree.
But like that was really good. But like the narrative choices where like all this important shit happens within like a day. And like the Wizard of Oz thing, the Wizard of Oz plot is going on while all this shit is going on. So like the Wicked Witch is only living in the castle
Right?
for like a week. And I'm not going to get into it because I don't want to discuss spoilers and I spent too much time thinking about this. Everything to do with the Scarecrow, the logic and the order of the events destroyed my brain. It makes no
doesn't
sense.
at all. I don't know about spoilers. I'm gonna spoil it. Yeah, I don't. I just none of it. really works. I feel it's kind of annoying to see like the characters for Tin Man and Scarecrow get built up and nothing really comes of it. You don't really see anything until the very, like, fucking Bach's ready to kill Elphaba, and then we don't see anything. We're like, oh, okay, that happened. So yeah, I mean, all that stuff was. And I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I'm about to make it as a joke, but I did legitimately could not help laugh when For Good started playing right after Dorothy got into that cellar. And all I'm thinking of, Dorothy is down there right now hearing this.
Yeah. And well, that's the other thing that's weird about this movie is, okay, so Jake, you haven't seen this, but you know how in Ben-Hur, like, Jesus is, like, only ever shown from behind, and you never see his face, you never hear him speak? They do that with Dorothy in this, where she's either shown from behind or from way off, and you hear her voice maybe twice in the entire thing. It's the weirdest thing they do.
Oh, and then the way they kill the Wicked Witch is so lame.
Jesus.
That was the lamest kill, the whole shadow on the wall. I was like, seriously? That's it?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. It was alright. I definitely...
And for all the talk... I mean, for all the talk of how rushed Act 2 of the play is, and I actually thought with them splitting it into 2 movies, they would have done more with it, and I've never actually watched the play. I've listened to the soundtrack where you cannot actually follow the plot at all listening to that thing, because so much shit happens in between the songs, but watching it in the movie, I'm like, oh, I get why people don't like the second act now, because it's just stuff shoved together.
Here's the frustrating part that way, because the person who wrote the play wrote the script for the movie, and the play isn't young. That play's been out for a while, so there's no possible way you wrote this play and never caught wind that people thought Act 2 was weak. All I can think of is why the fuck were you so insistent to stick to the play so much? Like, if you wrote it, use this as an opportunity to improve your... Jesus, like what the hell? That was the frustrating part.
Also, it is wildly bizarre that they went out of their way to cast Coleman Domingo as the voice of the Cowardly Lion, and he has like 2 lines. He literally says 2 things and then never speaks again, so it's like you wasted a lot of money on that. But yeah, it was frustrating. I think the overall story they're telling isn't bad. It's just the way it's structured, and it is so weird. And you had time to spread it out and like rearrange it.
Song because it's literally just a rehash of the end of Wicked. Like it's the one where like
I don't even remember that song.
Yeah. Yeah, the Wizard.
Oh, wonderful! Oh, the Wizard song. Yeah.
Of the last
also,
part.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Also, I have to. I'm somewhat a defender of the visuals in these movies. I have to knock points for the horrifying CGI Jeff Goldblum that pops up at the end when they do the flashback.
That wasn't CGI.
That wasn't CGI?
Yeah.
That looked really uncanny.
It probably was both. It was probably his double and CGI.
Because it looked like Jeff Goldblum, just weird.
Is weaker in this movie, incredibly weak. But the light and the camera angles, I like a lot more in this film. The lighting looks so much better. And
oh yeah, the lighting's better. Yeah.
Girl in a bubble. The
other thing,
it's coming through the mirror and stuff. I was like, oh, that's why I like that. And there's like a lot of like wide shots that I really enjoyed.
Also, and I think this is probably a thing in the musical as well, but compared to the book, they're way too soft on the wizard in this version. Like, I was hoping they would put in a scene where he's just like, yeah, I'm caging animals because where I come from, these dirty, filthy things, they live in cages. That's where they belong. Like, I was waiting for just some mask-off racism, and instead he's just an idiot.
That whole part just infuriates me because he's like, yeah, okay, fine, I'll release some monkeys. And then she's like, okay, cool. And it's like, all right, yeah, he seems like a reasonable guy if you just talk to him and stuff. And then she finds the cages, and he's like, oh, I had to do that. I'm like, okay, well, you know, if you just talk to him, we'll probably release them. And she's like, nah, fuck you. And I'm like, why are we going from 0 to 100 again? What's going on here?
Like, I mean, I was very torn on what I was going to rate it on Letterboxd, because there are parts of the movie I really, really like. And then there's other things where I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
I gave it 3.5.
So it came down to a 3.5.
Yeah, I gave it 3.5.
That's very much bolstered by the parts I like.
For me, it's bolstered.
Yeah,
for me, it's bolstered because
I'm done. I'm done talking.
Wicked, musical, so I'm kind of like, I can't be too harsh, but next up, a sequel movie that I really loved, Zootopia 2. Have you seen it? It's
no. I've only seen 2 new things in December, one of which isn't really a new movie, and one of which was on Prime and actually came out in October.
I got to see Zootopia 2. That was really fun. I really love it. It's just cool. That's all I can say. And they definitely made the subcontext of the rabbit and the fox dating laid on thick. Other than that, Eternity, I enjoyed it. Rental Family, that was Brendan Fraser. That was a beautiful film. I absolutely love slice of life films set in Japan. It's amazing. Watch Rental Family. Highly recommend.
Yeah, I do think it's funny he went and did a movie in Japan, because after The Whale came out, I read a book called In the Miso Soup, where the villain is a tubby American tourist who's also a serial killer in Japan. And I'm like, that would be a good role for him to do, see him play a villain. And then, he's doing a movie in Japan.
Five Nights at Freddy's 2 was the last film I saw. I enjoyed it. It's a good time. It's nothing. It's not winning awards or anything, but I had fun with it, and I can't wait for Five Nights at Freddy's 3 whenever that happens. And all I can say is, if I had a nickel for every time Wayne Knight got killed by an oversized chicken, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot. It happened twice.
So my 2 December movies, I watched them. I meant to see this in October, but I think it was one of those things where I was going to go see it, and then Frankenstein turned out it was coming out, so I saw that instead.
I wanted to see that.
Is After the Hunt, which is, it's the newest Luca Guadagnino movie, and ever since I saw Suspiria, which knocked my socks off, love that movie. It's one of my favorite movies of that year. I've been following everything he does. And I was looking forward to this one. I just missed it because of just timing and whatnot back in October. And I heard it wasn't very good, and I watched it. It was kind of dog shit. Like, it's well directed. The cast is very good. Like, I could see why people were thinking maybe Julia Roberts would get some awards love for this if the movie was better. But it is one of the most annoying movies to watch, because it fucking because what it starts out as is that it's about these philosophy professors at Yale. And Julia Roberts has this favorite student it's Ayo Edebiri, and she apparently gets sexually assaulted by Andrew Garfield's character, who's another professor trying to get tenure. But you don't exactly see or find out what happened there. The movie just kind of implies it later on. And it's all kinds of drama of, like, because Julia Roberts doesn't actually do anything wrong in this scene. She's just like, she's trying to approach it in a pragmatic way. She's going, okay, this is how this is going to look. This is what people might think, and the movie treats it like she's being stupid or being evil, and then then Andrew Garfield gets fired, and then the movie meanders for another hour and a half, because this is like a 2-hour and 20-minute movie, and it's so boring. It's so annoying. I don't know what he saw in this script that he went, I want to make this, but he's been on a bit of a downgrade for me lately, because Suspiria was great, Bones and All was great, Challengers was great. And then I thought Queer was kind of mid and not that interesting, and then this was just fucking annoying. Like, you're basically watching annoying, pretentious people be annoying, pretentious people for 2.5 hours, and it was just too much.
Damn. Okay.
The one thing
I might still check out it eventually.
it's worth watching once just to experience it, but it's not good. The thing that made me perk up the most was there's a scene where Julia Roberts is exiting a store, and there's a comic book store next to it, and there's a poster for Sergeant Rock in the window, because this was during that period where Luca was supposed to be making a Sergeant Rock movie. I thought that was funny.
That's cool.
But no, it's...
All right, well, Oh, no, what were you going to say, please?
No, it just was not good. It's in my bottom 5 of the year right now.
Okay, all right. Well, it is time to move on to the topic.
Well, I do
of
have
the
one
podcast.
technically new thing I saw in theaters yesterday.
Oh, what?
I went to see Kill Bill: The Whole Bloody Affair. That was awesome.
Ah, lucky. I want to so badly. Lucky.
I never saw it
How was it?
theatrically.
Was it amazing?
I only saw the 2 movies on DVD. You're not getting like a whole lot new from it. It's basically just them edited together into one movie with like some minor changes here and there. Like the anime sequence gets extended, and they cut. The most interesting thing about it is that they cut off the very, very ending and the very, very beginning of the 2 parts, so it holds that
Right.
twist until the end of the movie.
Yeah, that's true. And
That-
then I heard the intro to Kill Bill Volume 2 was taken out, right?
Yeah, the
She's
thing.
driving the car and
yeah.
she's narrating.
Yeah, they take that out because it's a recap and you don't need it.
Yeah.
But her driving in the car kind of survived, because one of the weird things they do here is there's not one but 2 closing credits rolls.
Oh.
So you have the one where they're showing all the characters, then you just have one of her driving in the car as people's names come up. So that was weird. And I didn't stay after the credits for the Fortnite short, because I'd already
played
seen
the
that
Fortnite
on.
short this
Yeah,
too.
they play it as an after credit scene. I didn't stay for it because I'd already watched it on YouTube.
Wow, that's kind of crazy. I watched it on Fortnite.
Yeah, I don't have Fortnite, so. But no, it's a cool experience. If you can go out and see it, do it. And if it gets a home release, get it, because it's probably one of the more interesting ways to watch this. Even if it is basically just Quentin Tarantino going, actually, guys, it's one movie. I haven't made 10 yet.
Well, he did want to make a movie eventually.
He did,
Or
yeah.
He had always wanted to make it one movie, but the studios were like, no, this has to be 2. Like, oh, fine.
But no, it was very cool seeing it theatrically.
Yeah, I like Kill Bill. I like the first one more than the second one, and I've only ever seen both once. So that's kind of my whole thing.
Rewatching it again, I like both of them, but my favorite scene is the last conversation with Bill.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, and so that just reinforced it, because I'm like, why am I feeling so sad right now whenever I see that scene?
It's a good scene.
I have not seen that movie in shit. I watched. So the only version I've watched was as like a teenager. I watched I guess you could call it The Whole Bloody Affair, whatever was on the DVD, and it puts in the animatics and stuff like that, like the anime stuff. And I saw that all as one big experience. I don't remember like preferring one half or the other, because to me it's all one big story. But I will say, is it the Crazy Eights fight?
That's
it's
Crazy 88.
But
That is fucking the best thing ever.
Yeah, one of the big differences is that there's actually some alternate takes in that fight, and it doesn't turn to black and white in the middle.
Ooh.
Because that was saying they did that for censorship purposes originally, so you get all the blood in this version.
Interesting.
I
think I like that better.
Yeah, I like the ending, but I also don't. It's like Bill kind of gets built up this whole time, and then he just kind of gets taken out like that. I'm like, I don't know. It just felt a little anticlimactic. I was like, what?
The fight is whatever. I like the character stuff where they're talking. I like that.
Yeah, no. The character
think
stuff
one
is
of the-
great. It's just more like, that's all.
I actually really appreciate it's in part 1. It's where her and the other woman are fighting, and then the kid comes home from school.
Yeah.
And I love how that just changes everything about their conflict, and like they have to like now deal with that, and like they move fighting from physical to verbal at that
Yes,
point,
that's
and I
cool,
thought
yeah.
that was so interesting. That was so fun.
I like
Yeah, one of my favorite lines from Volume 1 is when she goes, "Well, Bill, I said you're one of the best women with an edge weapon. Goes, fuck you, bitch. But no, one of the things he adds is there's actually because it's Quentin Tarantino. I swear he adds more shots of feet to this version.
He'll never beat
What a
the
guy.
allegations.
Because he shows more insert shots of them kicking the broken glass around in that opening. And he and I'm pretty sure during the wedding chapel flashback in Volume 2, he adds in shots of their feet when Bill and the bride are walking towards each other. I'm pretty sure he adds that in too.
God damn it. Damn it, Quentin.
But no, it's definitely worth checking out.
I think it would have been if they put the Fortnite short in between Volume 1 and 2.
Because that's where it's supposed to go.
Yeah, just put it in the middle of the movie and like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Yeah, also if you do see it in the theater, it does come with like a 15-minute intermission.
Oh, okay. Interesting. All right.
Sick.
Well, speaking of movies, I think it's time to move on to Christmas stuff because it is December. So, I did want to talk some Christmas stuff. So one thing I wanted to ask is, what is your guys' favorite Christmas movie?
Die Hard?
Let me
Die Hard. Yeah.
give me a second to look through my favorite films and see which one of those are Christmas.
Lethal Weapon?
There's no go-to
No, there's
Christmas
actual-
movie, Jake, you have?
No, I don't really care about the holiday spirit. I like the October holiday a lot better.
What are you, Bruce?
Let's take a
I mean,
guess.
we always end up watching something. If I had time to prepare for this question, it would have been easier. But I mean, one thing we've been watching pretty much every year is it's a newer one called The Man Who Invented Christmas,
Oh, okay.
which is it's about Charles Dickens writing a Christmas Carol. It's a fun little movie,
Interesting.
Hmm.
and he'll imagine the characters as he's writing about them, and he'll like Christopher Plummer plays Scrooge, and Dickens has conversations with Scrooge, and those are a lot of fun because Scrooge is like a sarcastic asshole.
That's great. It's not my favorite, but I will say that the Grinch remake with Jim Carrey, I am softer on these days, just because all of that is practical effects. Just kind of insane to like look at that movie and be like, wow, all of this is practical. There's no like CGI going on here, and I just think that's in this day and age, that's something you can really appreciate.
Home Alone's great. The first, I love the first two.
I'm looking through a list of like Christmas movies that are like generally
That one's
considered
good.
popular. None of them really stand out as like, yeah, that's the one for me. Like a lot of it's like really cheap comedies.
For me,
you know,
the
if you count Home Alone, I would
Yeah,
say
Home
that
Alone
one.
counts.
You know,
Home Alone's great. Yeah, Home Alone's fun. My favorite is the original Miracle on the Street. I love that film. Yeah,
that's a good one. That's not a
I
bad.
have a strong memory of. I have the VHS of it, and I have a strong memory of one time. I don't know. I was young, and I came across it, and I just popped it in. I had no idea really what it was, and I just kept watching the whole thing. I was like, wow, this is really good. I think that one's just a Christmas film. I mean, you know. Surprise, the guy loves black and white monster movies, loves a black and white Christmas movie, but I think the message is good. I mean, the iconic scene of all the mail getting thrown on the courtroom. I think it does a good job. You have everything that's probably like the best one. Obviously those old.
I would, yeah.
Oh yeah, It's a Wonderful Life. We're going to be actually watching that at
That's
the
great.
Beverly tonight, so that'll be fun. Be able to, Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
I haven't seen.
I mean,
that
it's
stuff.
during Christmas. It's a movie about reconnecting
Speaking of,
with
if it is a
family.
Christmas movie, I know Bruce brought it up.
No, it is. It is. It
Huge
is.
Die Hard Christmas movie, Jake.
Yeah. Well, it depends on your definition of what it is. If it's literally just a movie that's during Christmas, then yeah, of course. Why wouldn't it qualify?
Yeah, exactly.
Very tangentially,
Yeah,
yes.
It's literally about reconnecting with family, and then also there's so many Christmas themes going on. Like when the vault opens,
I mean, the first
literally,
Lethal Weapon.
like playing fucking like Christmas.
It has a shootout in a Christmas tree lot.
Music
It's a Christmas
going
movie.
on. And there's so much shit going on that's Christmas.
I like Iron Man 3.
It is 100% a Christmas movie.
Sure. Yeah, we'll go with that. Well, in that case, I think Die Hard might be my choice.
Well,
Might be
for
the
once,
one.
I'm glad. The first. Is that a Christmas? Oh shit!
Iron Man 3, anybody?
Iron
Shane
Man
Black's
3.
Iron Man 3, anybody?
I mean, good. I got you the bunny. Huh. I mean, I'm glad you agree with me, Jake. But also, damn, I was really hoping for another bout of discourse from you. But okay.
About if I didn't consider it a Christmas. Well, it depends. Like, what is your definition? Like, there's no possible argument to make. Like, is it a movie that's during Christmas? Yup, done. There's no debate to be had. If you're gonna be the guy who's like, oh well, it's about the spirit of Christmas. I can point to like movies that are considered Christmas movies that are not. Like Home Alone has kind of nothing to do with it.
Come on, Jake. We all know you love the Polar Express.
I'm sure people did because they were kids, and there's that.
Dude, I used to love that movie when I was a kid.
I liked it. It came out when I was 12. I liked it then. I watched some of it recently, and it does not hold up.
No.
Doesn't Tom Hanks play like 5 characters? In
Yes.
that movie?
He's the conductor. He's the conductor. He's the ghost hobo who's in the movie for some reason. He's Santa Claus. He narrates as the main kid as an adult, and he voices the kid's dad at the end of the movie.
Yeah, he's all over the place.
Yeah. Didn't he play the kid as well?
He narrates the kid. I don't think he voices the kid.
Oh, okay.
No, I think he mocaps the kid.
Yeah, I thought he mocapped.
I think
the
he
kid.
mocaps
That's
the
what
kid.
I was like. I was like, doesn't he mocap? I remember
He
I
does.
saw that in the behind the scenes part, and I was like, wait, Tom Hanks played everyone?
No wonder those kids are so
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because they're actually like 50.
All right. I'll messing around. Favorite Christmas food? Just kidding. No. All right, Jake. Announce what the topic is.
The dreaded beast versus the savage hunter. Aliens versus Predator with awesome new Predators. Clan leader attacks with whipping dreadlocks. And Stalker, glowing in the dark, fires his spear. Suddenly, flipping up his attack spikes the wild boar alien charges. And the ferocious mother alien in her monstrous hive traps Spiketail, then covers him in ooze.
Ooze 'em.
Who will survive? Aliens versus Predator. Queen Hive playset comes with mother alien figure and ooze. Other figures sold separately.
All right. Well, we're going to talk about the Alien and Predator franchises because we all have storied opinions on them. But more importantly, as of recent, I just showed my wife almost all of them. We watched all the Aliens, and now we're watching all the Predators. We just finished AVP2.
Jesus.
So we have to watch Predators and Badlands. I think we're just going to skip Shane Black's entirely. It doesn't matter. It's so bad.
Nothing but pee.
But my point with that is I watched all the films except for those couple recently. They're all fresh in my mind, and some of them for the first time in my life. I don't think I've ever seen AVP2 or all the
I'm going
Aliens.
to tell you,
at least.
you
still
still
haven't
haven't
seen
seen AVP2 because no one can see that.
It's impossible to watch. Jesus Christ. I do enjoy the... Well, no, we'll get into it later. But yeah, we're going to talk about the Alien Predator franchise. Should we just go in order of release? Is that the
Yes.
smartest way to do this?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so I guess we'll start with 1979's Alien, guys.
Great
What
movie.
do we think?
It's a classic. I mean,
Great movie.
Yeah, it's
All right, so Aliens.
Aliens is the
No,
better one. No, I'm just kidding.
No, Alien is it's incredible how it's only Ridley Scott's second movie. Like he came out just spitting fire.
He really did.
What was his first?
The Duelists.
Right.
That's peak
I
too.
always think that's Steven Spielberg's first. That's funny.
No, because
But, yeah.
Spielberg's first was a TV movie called Duel.
That's why I think that. Okay.
No, Duelists
But,
is
yeah.
also peak. So
Yeah. No, Alien is a fantastic movie. It's a movie that so much other media tries to do, and very, very few of it is anywhere near as good as like that claustrophobic. You're trapped with this thing that. What I also like about it too is like the characters are not stupid. They're all really good at what they do. Even like when they start betraying and stuff, like they're all relatively
Yeah.
smart. But the alien is just so much more of a force than they can
That's
handle,
true.
and I love that.
I mean, even with like the one decision to let him in, because like the whole quarantine thing, it's like the stupidity of his retcon, because Ash purposely did that. And when you know the twist, it's even more interesting to watch, because then you watch Ash and like you see all the way he's acting and stuff, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
and it's cool. It works out.
Good
really
shit.
well.
It's so
yeah,
good.
I mean, what is there to say about Alien that says it's a great horror film?
what Alien
Brilliant.
is it's like one of those B sci-fi horror movies from like the 50s, executed in an incredible way.
Yeah.
With an extremely memorable, awesome monster at the middle of it, and some great kind of 70s character actors doing their thing.
100%.
Yeah, no, it's really well done.
With a Bond villain in there
A
too.
Bond? Wait, which one?
Mr. Big is Parker.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
I know that we have like it's obviously we just started the discussion. I'm gonna move on to Aliens now because the two are so intertwined that they're
Nice.
worth talking about in conjunction. Aliens practically changes the genre. What do we
Aliens
think
is
about
better than
Aliens?
Alien.
I think it's the
It
best
is
one.
The best one. It is amazing. That movie is completely perfect from beginning to the end. The extended cut is just as great as the theatrical cut. What's not to fucking love? Ripley has a great arc, character growth moments. Freaking, you got your boy Hicks. Newt is a treasured cinnamon roll that I love, and she's also not useless, and she's great. All the fucking aliens look sick. Everyone in that movie is just great to watch. Fucking Bert is a wonderful, wonderful villain. I love to watch get fucked over. It's just, what is there not to say? I quote that movie all the time. I love that fucking film. I mean, it's a perfect movie. It is.
Yep.
Yeah, I think
It's,
and I have to point out, I've only seen the extended cut, and because I know what's not in the theatrical version, I'm not interested in watching it, because they took out really important
Wait,
stuff.
which cut took out what?
In the theatrical version, they don't. The whole thing about Ripley's daughter is
Yeah.
Then I've only seen the extended cut
I've
because
seen
I do
both.
remember that
Yeah,
scene.
I've watched the extended cut more than I watched the regular cut.
The big things that aren't in there are it's that, and it's all the stuff on the planet before the aliens attack. It shows the colonists and them finding the ship.
There's a little bit about the guns when they set up the turrets that isn't.
Oh yeah, the turrets. The turrets
It's
are
such
so
a
cool.
great scene because like all you see is just that bah, 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 and the numbers going down, but it's like that's all the visual you need, and it just works so well. How many lines that are so good in that movie?
Hey Vasquez, have you ever been mistaken for a man?
No. Have you?
Fucking love that one.
That's fucking funny.
The whole ultimate badass speech.
Bad. How many drops have you done? Simulated 100. How many combat drops? This is my first. Shit.
Two, including this one. Also, but I like the I had to give Hudson the speech. Was like, we got nukes, we got knives, sharp sticks. The characters are all, even though they don't get a lot, they're all they're all like immediately memorable.
Infernal wakes up immediately,
Yep.
puts a stogie in his mouth.
Cigar.
Day in the cause like a day on the farm. Every meal a feast, every paycheck a fortune.
Yeah. He had the cigar
In the tube
in
with
the
him. He
fucking tube
wakes
with
up.
him.
All right. I love that.
I still don't know which I prefer. I'll just lay it all on the table now. I've now watched both. They're fresh in my mind. I had only watched like bits and pieces of them from childhood. Now I'm actually like aware of them, and they're both great at what they do. Like they're both nearly perfect at what they do, you know. But they don't do the same things, you know. Like they have different goals. They achieve different goals. They do different things, and it's so strange. It's kind of like comparing Get Out to the Avengers almost. Like, yeah, one might be better. I love them both. Like I don't know how to. They're not really doing. Just because they both have an alien in it doesn't make them, in my mind at least, comparable.
I'm just gonna
like,
say,
they're so,
I still
they're
think
so out there.
Aliens works as a horror movie. I still think that's a really good scary film. The only reason why I'm not scared anymore is just because
It has some scare.
It's just the only reason why I'm not scared of it anymore is just because, like, one, I've grown up, and two, it's like I've watched it so many times. You know what happened. Like, at some point, fear will go away after you've seen something so many times.
Like my favorite moment is when they realize the aliens are still coming, and Hicks gets up into the ceiling and looks, and they're just crawling in there. That's a great moment. That's a great kind of jump scare.
The horrifying, like, slow realization is like everyone is killed in the hive, and it's just like you're seeing them all go out, and everyone's like screaming and stuff. I thought that was like really scary. It's still really dark. The whole part of her like diving down into the hive alone, and she has the flares and stuff. Like, there are scary moments in this movie. Like, there's a lot. It's not like I think it's still an excellent horror film. Oh yeah. Oh my god.
And the Queen is awesome. You gotta say that.
The Queen's great. What a great addition
I
to
still
the lore.
want
I
one
love the
day
Queen.
to make an edit or something where when the elevator goes and she presses the button, we just cut to her standing in the elevator and there's some elevator music going. Yeah.
So, with the Queen's reproductive cycle of how this species works, does that not mean that an alien that's not the Queen
No,
cannot
so
reproduce because
how
they
it
don't have
works
face huggers?
is that if there is no queen, eventually one xenomorph will mutate into a queen. It's kind of like, yeah, it's sort of like the whole thing with African frogs.
Really?
They'll change gender to environment and stuff like yeah, lore-wise.
And they'll become a queen to do that.
They'll become
Okay.
But yeah, no, that's what I understand lore-wise. One of them will become a queen.
But well, there's also the thing that's like there's a cut scene that's only in like the extended version of the original movie where the crew members are stuck to the walls. You can see they're turning into eggs, and somehow they can do that.
Thing too, but yeah, because there's different ones. Because like the one in the original film was a drone, and then a lot of the ones that they fight in Aliens are warrior ones and stuff. They don't really, the ones with the ridges are warriors and stuff like that. And then the two that were by the Queen's side were, I believe, the higher up protect ones, and then you have the Queen and stuff. So, but yeah, like the idea was that eventually it was like one of them probably like it was probably like a drone that came out of that one that originally hatched onto the colony, and then it was eventually somebody got like it just like kind of turned it into that. So essentially, what the whole like cut scene from or the scene in the extended cut, like when the family gets attacked and stuff. Essentially, what you assume is that the events of Alien probably like reoccurred the same way, and then you just kind of see what would have happened to the Nostromo had Ripley like blown it up and not succeeded and stuff.
Yep. Yeah, I think those are both brilliant films. I'm gonna sit with them a little longer just because, like, I don't know. For me, this is almost like a first exposure to.
They're
both of
both
them.
like-
I've seen all the other derivative media first, which is weird.
They're both like
10s,
9s or
so-
10s. So
They're both.
Yeah, easy. They're not lower than a 9 for me. I love them both. Yeah, that's fair enough. I love them both dearly.
I know. Well, okay, can we
From
all just
here on
can we
out,
all
we're
just
probably
take
gonna
a
get
second
into some
shade that
controversy,
For once,
but-
me and Jake are completely 1-for-1 agreeing on things. it's great to see.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 1-to-1. Fucking Aliens is great, and Alien is
but
great. Yeah.
next into chronology is Predator 1.
This
Yes. Next, we're switching out of the Alien franchise. We're going to Predator 1. I don't
This is
think
my
there's a lot of debate
third
here
favorite
either.
movie
This
of
is
all
a fucking
time.
awesome movie.
Yeah.
best film of all time. I fucking love this
Wow.
movie. It is a perfect film, a perfect action film, a perfect horror film, a perfect slasher film. This is the best film in my opinion. It's oh my God, I mean, so many things to say. For one, Arnold Schwarzenegger fucking kills him in this role. The whole thing, the setting in the jungle, the build up with the characters, and you understand all the characters. They all have great personalities. They work so as a team. You love all of them. They're so varied and stuff. We get to see them be badasses first before we see them get taken down. So that whole horror element and like really understanding how powerful the Predator is and stuff like that is there, where it's like you actually get to see like it's not just people who are helpless. So these are people who like usually would be able to stop anyone else, and they're suddenly just getting taken down. And it's scary, but it's also like if you've seen it 100 times, it's still sad to see. Like I'm sad when I watch the other characters get killed off because it's like I love them, I love watching. So it sucks when they die still, and it's still like, heartbreaking. And it's just like, oh my God, the Predator is just so fucking cool. I mean, the coolest concept: wrist blades, plasma cannon, invisibility. It's fucking awesome, and like the final fight, it's so good. It's amazing. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I've watched this movie way more times than any one man could, and I love this film.
I love the first Predator.
Oh, it's so good.
It's so good. Some days it's my favorite Predator. Some days it's like
Oh, yeah.
second or third, just because the Predator series is one
It
of
is.
very
It is
high
my number
quality.
one.
Oh, it is, but it's my number
series.
one in that series.
It as of right now I have it sitting as my number one, but like I don't know, I'm gonna rewatch the rest of the sequels soon as well. I love this movie. I think it's great. The only like negatives I have are very, very, very minor nitpicks that do not matter and do not detract from how fucking awesome this movie is. The ending, the Predator does like this Scooby-Doo laugh before he blows up.
And it's
I think that's
so
like,
good.
there's no other Predator that's ever done that in the
Well,
movies.
he's
at
mimicking-
least.
Yeah,
like-
he's
he's
mimicking. Yeah,
He's mimicking Billy's laugh.
It's set up. He was.
Is he?
Yeah. Remember when he laughed at Shane
He
Black
records the
telling
audio,
pussy-
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was listening when Shane Black told the pussy joke and
And
Billy
so-
laughed at it.
Yeah, and the whole point is that he's like
okay,
taunting
I
him because
completely retract
like,
that.
No matter
I
what
did not
Dutch
pick
is,
that up.
He's still gonna win. He's like, fuck off, kind of thing. That moment's so fucking iconic too.
Right.
That
Right. No, I
laugh
totally
and
get that.
everything.
That improved
There
that.
we go. There we go, Jake.
You know what?
That's
Yeah,
what I like
I
to
think it is my
hear.
favorite one of the series.
No. One of the things I like is that if you just take that action scene where they take down the rebel camp,
Dude,
you just take that
it's
in
edited
isolation. That's
so
one of the best
well
action movies
too.
ever made.
Because I'm sorry, Bruce.
It's so good.
I also love how it starts. How Arnold just decides for no reason to like put the bomb on a
No,
truck
it's
and push that down.
genius
Even the
because
other
it's like
members of
it's
the
the
team are
truck
like,
is
"What
gonna
is he
lead
doing?"
straight into this fucking like cafeteria area where like a mess hall, and so he's like, oh, blow up that like takes up half of them, and
Yeah.
I gotta say, as an editor, that scene is edited so well because like you have like the build up to it. The explosion all builds up, and then you have the guy going to the helicopter, and so the whirring of the helicopter speeding up matches with the pacing of the editing, and it keeps going, and then the helicopter explodes, and then bam, you get like this fiasco of cleaning up, and it's just Oh my god, it's so perfect. I mean, everything I can say about this movie is just like freaking blazing it. I mean, it's just, every scene is fucking amazing. The whole like, you know, bringing her along, and then, you know, she joining when they set up the traps and everything, and then she starts like talking about the whole like the demon who hunts man, and it's film. It's great. I love it.
It's just a cool movie.
It's great. It's a great fucking movie. It's also very carefully balancing that
Stick
tone of,
around.
like 80s camp. There's like a lot of Schwarzenegger one-liners in there. I feel like they're appropriately used.
Stick around.
Yeah, stick around is probably the most like goofy of them. But I don't know. The movie is so good it almost doesn't even matter.
My favorite is when he tries to hit the predator with like a tree branch. And it doesn't do anything. Bad idea.
I don't know. I love when Mac is just like fucking talking to the sky about a friend, and I'm just like, hell yeah. Jesus Christ, kill the goddamn pig.
That's good. That's a big pig too.
I wanna move on to a bigger point of discussion here. Predator 2, if I may. This is a movie that I had never seen before, never seen anything from, never knew anything about it. Like I completely glossed over it in the Predator canon, and I finally watched it for the first time at this point, like a few weeks ago. I like it. I think it's okay. It's decent. It's not a bad sequel. I knew it'd never be anywhere near as good as the first one. Like nobody ever talks about Predator 2 being their favorite of the series, but it's not bad. It goes a little further into the goofiness that I mentioned into the first one. Like the first one is like, it's such a great movie. It very carefully chooses when to be campy. This one, you got Danny Glover going, "You're one ugly," and it goes, "Motherfucker," and fights him back, and it's like, whoa.
And
it's kind of out of left field.
He calls it pussy face. I like the fact that it kind of doesn't just repeat the first Predator. It goes to a different setting, mostly does its own thing, but that comes with the added effect of, you know, it's being shot in like 1989, so everything feels very 1989, even though it's set in the near future of 1997.
You know what? Call me.
I didn't pick that up. That's so funny.
Yeah, I didn't really pick that. And call me. Call me a man who just loves nostalgia, but I love movies set in 19.
But I love the look and feel of this movie. I love how LA is just a complete crime-ridden war zone shithole, and like that scene where they first go to the police station. There's like a pimp headbutting cops and stuff. It's so interesting, and
yeah,
that whole opening action scene is awesome too.
Dude, yeah,
this movie,
the fucking drug dealer, like fucking the cocaine. Yeah, Scorpion is ready.
I had an El Scorpio avatar on some sites for a while. No, I just love that because I love how this movie, it doesn't waste any time. It just throws you into the middle of it.
It really does.
You got Danny Glover just.
What we got today is not a good day.
And it's so fun watching it because it's like Danny Glover said, "I want to do Lethal Weapon, but I get to play the crazy one this time."
Yeah,
I really enjoy it. The fucking stop police. I don't think he gives shit.
Gary Busey is just goofing it up in every scene.
Do you know what that character was originally supposed to be?
Who?
It was supposed to be Dutch initially, but then Arnold said no.
I'm glad it wasn't Dutch, but if it was one for one, it was just like
it was just the only difference was gonna be Dutch. I'm glad.
Well,
that
it was
wasn't
he
the
he
case,
he
but-
probably wasn't
Yeah,
going to die.
you know, Gary Busey pulls him in towards the third act, and he's like, "Hey, I talked to Dutch. Didn't say his name. I talked to a guy who survived the first Predator film, and he said all this stuff." So that would have been actually him, I guess,
Yeah,
working with the
it
government
would
or
have been him,
whatever
but he
to stop
wouldn't.
the Predators.
He wouldn't have
I guess
been
that
like
tracks
played
more.
up as a villain. I don't think, and I don't think they would have killed him
Okay.
off.
Okay.
No,
I think they just.
of course not. They probably did that because now
I
they have a
think
new
I
character.
think the
they may as well play
writers
around with him.
described it as like it was going to be more of like the two of them team up to fight the Predator in the third act.
That would have been cool.
That'd be so fun.
But it's funny because
God. Yeah, because they wanted like a
can
buddy
tell
cop
like
thing.
some of that kind of carried over a little bit because when Gary Busey first shows up, they play the Predator theme music. It goes bum bum bum.
Yeah. But I like it. I think it's
That's
a
true.
fun time. It's great. I have a core memory of my mom bought me the DVD for Christmas because I'd never seen it, and she knew I love Predator, so she bought it, and we're watching it, and then the sex scene happened.
Oh, yeah.
She's God, and so she started fast forwarding, and the funny thing was she never realized that there was a sex scene because whenever she had watched it, it was on TV.
I have
So
a similar
obviously,
story.
made for TV, they would have cut out the sex scenes. So she didn't even know it existed.
Yeah, I have. I grew up watching the first two movies. They were on the same taped off a TV. But we also had the regular
Wow.
VHS of Predator 2, and one time my mom put that on accident, and
Oh,
that
no.
was the first time I ever heard the word "fuck."
That's funny. Of all the things to finally.
Well, they
hear
say
in-
it like 17 times in the first 15 minutes.
Oh yeah.
But no, this one is good. You get the second Bill Paxton appearance of this series we're discussing, because he was in
For
Aliens
the-
and then he's in this.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Right,
Bill
right,
Paxton's
right.
in,
And you could probably call them like descendants of each other because there's many centuries.
he's one of
between
the
them.
few
Mind if I dance
guys
with her?
who-
She's my sister. Oh wait, you're not my sister.
Oh, you're my sister.
he's so funny in this.
Fucking golf balls.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Bill Paxton's one of the few guys who gets to say he got killed by both a predator and an alien. Man.
Predator 2 is by and large good. Again, I think it's a little too goofy. There's like the scene where Danny Glover's like climbing up the pipe in the third act to crawl into the apartment to chase the predator. I thought that was
Ah,
this
come
is
on,
like a
that's
cartoon or
fine. Where's
something.
your sense of adventure,
But-
Jay? Come on.
That's just too goofy.
Oh,
Yes.
hell yeah, dude.
Yep. Oh
That's
yeah.
so fucking
Yeah.
cool.
Love that. Could not have liked that more.
And can I,
I
just
just-
say,
so
it's interesting
great.
that for as little as Predator 2 is talked about, the whole franchise owes that film everything, because Predator 2 expanded on everything. Expanded on all
Yes.
the weapons and gadgets, the tie-in with the alien, the about clans, the idea that if you're pregnant or that like pregnant women, they won't touch it.
Yeah. Yep. It goes
Yeah, the
so far
cult
into the
thing.
culture that
Like,
like
every-
establishes what they are.
Or yeah. But yeah, it's like everything in comics or
Well, that
video
gun-
games just expanded upon in the Predator series. It's all owed to Predator 2, and so I find it so surprising that it's the second movie is kind of written off as just like, oh yeah, that happened, sort of thing.
Well, it's funny about the gun too, because like if we're talking just about the movies and not like other expanded media, the gun has only ever appeared in Predator 2, finally got explained in Prey on screen anyway, and then they put it in with
Yeah.
Killer of Killers just as like a let's throw this in there, which only now makes sense with the extended Disney Plus ending because
Right.
they actually captured the detective Danny Glover,
But
which would
how
make
did-
sense why they would have that.
No, wait,
So-
but how did
It's a whole thing.
Okay, so she got it from the fur trader, right? The fur hunter.
Yeah, because that was about the
So-
time period in which it happened. Yeah.
Frenchman gave it to her. She had it, but then at the end of Prey, you see that she looked at she watched the or more predators had come down or something. Probably like
Yes.
I would presume pick up the body of the predator hunter. So something happened there, which I don't understand what happened there, because then she was picked up, or she's in the cat too at the end of Killer of Killers. So maybe and she's not old, or so they picked her up then and put her in cryostasis.
Right.
Which
so
means that's how they got the gun. No, hold on, I'm still there. I'm still going. But as far as I know, it definitely seems like the people capturing these protagonists are going against the usual culture of Predator, but somehow they got the gun, which somehow got to another set of predators that are, following the way of cultures, which then they gave it to Glover, who Danny Glover got picked up again, and then they managed to get the glove.
So I have a theory.
Okay.
I think what happened after Prey is that they came down, they did a swap, and then later on the other tribe came in, captured her. Then the regular Predators give the gun to Danny Glover, then the assholes captured him.
I see. So Naru gave the gun as a peace offering or something like that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, so
I could believe that, yeah.
Sometime between the end of Prey and the start of Predator 2, the gun went from Naru's possession to the normal Predator's possession.
Right.
And then that went back to Detective, Hannigan? And then the Hannigan gets abducted by the other Predators from Killer of Killers, and that's how they get the gun.
Okay.
Which is funny, because that means
I can believe that.
that gun inadvertently found its way all the way back to Naru.
I know. Well, no, because the pilot dropped the gun.
Oh my God! Yeah, at the end of Killer of Killers. Wait, where's the gun now? Timeline.
It's just in that or
it's
no,
in
I think
they left it in the arena.
No, isn't it in a monster's stomach?
Is it?
It might be.
So if they left the gun in the arena, they're frozen in vessels on a Predator ship, right?
Yeah.
Or are they next to the arena, like on the planet?
Could be either.
I thought they were in the ship
Doesn't
getting
matter.
dropped off. I don't know. I'd have to rewatch the lore of Killer of Killers to figure that all out. But in any case, it's all well and good now.
But yeah, I enjoy it too. Two's great.
Two's great. Two's great.
Two's good, yeah.
Two's not the strongest installment in the series, but a lot of that's because I really love the Predator solo films after it. For the most part, it gets better than Predator 2 from here, in some respects. So that's Predator 2.
Now we're to a controversial one.
Yes, we're getting into Alien 3.
This movie
look,
sucks.
No, it doesn't. I'm going to start off the bat with laying down the facts here. I have only ever seen the assembly cut. I have not seen the theatrical.
You did see the better version.
That's what people keep telling me. I will just say, I do not love this movie. I would probably give it like a 7 out of 10, like an okay. Like, it's better than mid, not as great as being a great movie. I think Predator 2 is better than this movie. But what really sticks home for me is I love this movie as an ending for the Ripley character. I think it's easily way weaker than Alien or Aliens. There's no dispute about that. And it's if you're just taking that trilogy, quote unquote, in isolation, it's the easiest, weakest one, and a disappointment, to say the least. But I don't hate it. I think it's got a lot of good going for it. It's got a lot of fun sequences. The effects are questionable at best. Dude, the drawn-in green screen.
Yeah, the compositing on the rod puppet was awful.
But I really do appreciate the story that they did tell. So that's just my piece on that. We can take it from there.
So I'll give mine because I have the more measured response to it. I think the movie is, in a word, it's frustrating. Because I think it does a lot of good. I think the story it's telling is not bad. And I love the ending. I think the ending is fantastic. Especially, the theatrical cut version of the ending is better because the alien comes out of her and she, holds it back in. That's cool. That's a lot better than just the weird, unfinished CG in the assembly cut. But the way they get there is just clunky and lazy as hell, because it just screams, we don't know what to do with these characters. Let's just fucking throw them in the blender and kill them. And it's just and it becomes this weird, miserable movie to watch where everything is brown and orange, and you got all these identical looking bald men running around. And even though the assembly cut is better, it still has problems because my god, does that second act drag. They definitely needed more of a tighter edit there because it's too short in the theatrical cut because they just fuck up and they don't have any victories at all in the theatrical cut. The assembly cut just gives, because the whole thing where they capture the alien, they cut that out.
Interesting.
So they just fail and everybody dies in the theatrical version. And it's just a frustrating slog of a movie because there's good things in there. David Fincher did his fucking job. I'll give him that much credit, but it was just a no-win situation.
Yeah, if that's the script you're working off of. A guy who just complimented the storytelling, if that's the script you're working off of, it's going to have problems inherently, like just from the get-go. I will say this, though. The supporting characters, I thought a lot of them had, like, enough for you to, like, care and kind of tell them apart. Like, there is a little bit of drama, like, especially in the med bay room where, like, those two are, again, it's been a while since I've seen this film. It's been like a few months, but those
Charles Dance.
Yeah, they're in the room alone talking
He's
about
good.
the situation, and one is just having like a breakdown, basically. I think there are character moments in there that set them apart. I'm not gonna say they all have development. There's like 20 bald guys. The movie's not a mini series long. You can't possibly develop all these characters, but the ones that they did choose to focus on, I think, are okay enough to be supporting characters before they inevitably just get eaten by an alien. I mean, they did a better job in this than they did in both AVPs as far as developing side characters.
I just remember watching this the one time, and the guy who sacrifices himself with the flare to capture the alien, like, who is that guy again? I'm like, oh, it's the dude from Mindhunter.
Of course. Yeah, so that by and large is kind of how I feel about that. Xander, I'll let you take it away. There are negatives that I have not mentioned yet, so I'm sure you're gonna.
This movie is awful. First off, it's an awful end to Ripley's character. I think Aliens was a better end to Ripley's character. I think that's a perfect way to end the story. As far as I'm concerned, my personal canon, the movie, the series, Ripley's story ends with Aliens. This movie is just, I fucking despise it, man. First off, the whole plot of the fact that Bert somehow hit 2 eggs, and somehow one of the eggs is a fucking queen egg, and also they killed off Hicks.
That's not in the movie. They don't explain how the eggs got there.
Yeah. Oh no, the queen laid.
And they only
2
show
eggs.
1 egg.
In the assembly, they have it in like a bowl or something.
No, the queen laid 2 eggs inside the ship. Right. That's the explanation.
But it's
okay.
notoriously never been explained.
Why the 2 eggs there?
And they only show 1 egg.
What the fuck is going on? And I just that.
Oh, there's still a problem. Where the fuck did the alien come from?
They killed off Newt. They killed off Hicks. Really stupid and aggravating and infuriating. And then Ripley's on this fucking prisoner planet, and everyone's bald. I can't tell anyone apart. I don't care about any of them. Ripley just... Also, I just hate it because I hate the whole trope that a fucking character cannot fucking escape this monster or something. Like, Jesus Christ, can she catch one fucking break? It's so annoying at this point. Bishop, too, it's just like... There's nothing. It's just sad. There's nothing to like fucking dog, stupid ass dog alien thing, and then
which is
it's an
ox alien into the assembly.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about, the bowl or whatever.
Okay, I've only seen the movie once on DVD, and it was years ago, and I've never cared to see it again. And yeah, just like the ending is lame, and I mean, okay, yeah, it's cool to see her like sacrifice herself and like great, whatever, but it's like, it sucks. It sucks. I hate it, and I'd rather pretend that it never existed. And that's my piece.
I love, the reason I like our ending in this movie is because it's basically, the entire series thus far has been her doing everything she can to contain this alien, even at the detriment of like her mission orders, even at the detriment of like the technical right thing to do, or and this movie is basically like, okay, well now the only way to save people from the alien is to give your life for it. Are you willing to do that? And you see that in like the second half of the movie, where like you see that existential dread hit her, and she's like starting to come to terms with like, yeah, no, that I have to die, you know. And like, were she not as good of a character, like if she were a shittier character, she'd be like, no, fuck it, try and cure me or whatever. We'll figure it out when we get there. But she's like, immediately, she's like, nope, this has got to happen. And like, even when the corporate CEO, who has, I love that it's the same actor as Bishop, when the corporate CEO shows up at the end to try and like get her back, I love that she stays firm, and she's like, no, I'm not serving the fucking Hitler Yutani Corporation with this alien specimen. I'm literally going to die to try and save people from you and whatever this thing is inside of me. So I like that. That was fun.
But it's also just like, the fucking like chest burster is so damn inconsistent with how long it takes to come out of the chest. Because in the first movie, dude wakes up and like maybe it's like 1 or 2 hours and it pops out, and it seems about consistent in the second movie. And then it's like, I'll take however long the plot needs.
Well, the one in Ripley, I mean, the one that's in Ripley is a queen, so that would account for the differences.
Also, I will point out that in the entire series,
it only gets worse.
In Alien Earth, which
it's only gotten worse.
Alien Earth,
it has only gotten worse.
Dude, I'm not even gonna spoil who or what episode. Dude wakes up from the chest burster or whatever. I swear to God, it's 5 minutes.
Well, don't worry. I mean,
and then the thing's burst out.
Romulus, that
and
fucking alien speed ran.
Speed ran, yeah.
I mean, the most bullshit one I'm going to save because it's in Covenant. But
I don't remember a lot of. I remember the robot stuff in Covenant, not the human stuff.
Did we need to see Ripley almost get raped? Was that needed? Like, why did it have to be? Like,
It wasn't needed. However, in an all-male prison where the males are genetically more aggressive than an average male and all criminals, and there's finally a woman there, one could expect some type of scene like that to have eventually happened.
No, yeah, I get that.
The resolution to it was the resolution to it.
We don't need that.
Instead of
look, I get it logically, but it's like some things logically like you can come to, but you don't have to see it. I don't want to see Ripley almost get raped or something like that. I don't know. It's just like I think that also another thing about the movie that frustrates me. It feels like such a step back from Aliens, and at the end of Aliens, she's like fully like you know, she went from the arc in Alien where like she was mostly scared, like trying to be like you know, she's a strong character in Alien, but at the end of the day, you know, she is very scared and stuff. But then in Alien, you know, she's really like fully like, you know, pulling herself. And then Alien 3 is just like, it just strips everything. For no reason, just because, well, we gotta do it. We're gonna do it because it's Alien 3, and fuck you, everyone who liked Aliens.
Yeah, they were it's well established that they had to get something out because they had spent so much money developing it and they'd canceled so many different versions. Honestly, I think most of the problems with this stem from the fact that they insisted on starting it immediately after the last movie. Even though so many years had passed, just do a time skip. It's the easiest thing in the world.
Exactly. So more on that point. If the movie were the same, but Newt didn't die and like Newt got sent to Earth and lived a happy life or whatever, but everything else is the same, it goes up a full point. It becomes a far better film. Starting out your film with Newt being dead was like the sucker punch before the rest of the film starts, right to the audience face.
Sucker punch. That's the part out. Stomp on it, kick you in the throat, and then stomp on your. Like that, it's just
because then it's like, why did I watch Aliens?
I want to see. Yeah, they should have kept in the uncut autopsy scene.
I did watch.
I had to watch that. I had to watch that autopsy. Is the autopsy scene only in the? I just remember wanting to watch her ribs get fucking opened up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's in there, but it's not everything that they shot. They had to cut that shit down for censorship reasons.
It's just like
she digs in and keeps digging in.
It's the equivalent of like if like the new Supergirl movie starts out with fucking Lex Luthor shooting Crypto dead.
Yeah, that's honestly a very similar comparison. Like that would be.
I mean,
more reviled.
not
if
to
anything.
spoil it, but Crypto gets shot with an arrow in like the first issue of the comic it's based on. So.
Okay,
I don't wanna hear
yeah,
anything
but
about
it's
that.
like it's not like we
Bad
didn't
news.
see like it's not like that comic is a sequel to a different comic where we've seen another character go through hell and back to save the Dan and then only
Right.
have him die literally in the fucking opening. Like it's just
Well, he doesn't die. He just gets wounded.
no.
but
See,
still.
see, there we go. It's just it's that, and I just
I'm talking about that opening. Are you guys at all aware of the Colonial Marines video game and how they retconned it?
no.
what's
What
up?
did they do?
So the game is just you're playing as random Colonial Marines on the planet from Aliens, and then at the end, Hicks turns up alive and it's not explained. And they did a DLC where they showed that like people got onto the ship and he randomly got swapped with someone else and he survived.
Right.
And then literally it ends with him running in right as Ripley jumps into the molten metal. He's like, no. Like, it's so funny. It's so stupid.
I'll take it. I'll take
It's
it.
one of the dumb. I watched a compilation of the cutscenes, and it's one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. Because a guy falls into the pod, and it just closes for no reason.
Right, I remember that. I remember hearing about that. I never saw the scene, but I remember hearing about it. Yeah.
It is so stupid. It's to the point where I'm like, I prefer what Alien 3 did to this, because at least him getting killed by a safety beam is at least darkly funny.
Nah.
Yeah.
I hate that shit.
But I guess that's Alien 3.
I've read
I guess
or I've
that's
listened
Alien
to on Audible. They did a audio drama reading of one of the earlier
Yes.
scripts, and the guy who plays Bishop both voice their characters, and it's actually a good story. I enjoyed it. I wish they had gone with that fucking script.
Yeah, that script's actually pretty good. It gets a little strange, but
It
it's
gets a
good.
little strange, but it's far better than anything this shit did. That's my thoughts on Alien Cubed. That movie is awful, and I refuse to acknowledge its existence.
Okay, well, let's
So-
stop acknowledging it then. Let's move on to the next one. And this is the only film in this series that I'm going to be dead silent for because I haven't seen it. It's the only blind spot for me. It's Alien Resurrection. So
since you haven't seen it, we're not going to spoil it. I feel
is there stuff to
I
spoil?
feel we should-
I don't think she dies at
it
the end.
is no, but it is a very
It
strange
is a
fucking
very
movie.
weird movie,
Okay.
but it is campy and fun.
So
and
let
I'll
me-
wait for it.
It's not. I would say it's not good, but it is never fucking boring. It is so
Yeah.
weird.
I've seen the scene
I will
where
just
she
say-
gets a basketball shot in real life.
Yes, that. But yeah, that's there. But okay, I'm just gonna put this to you. It has a Joss Whedon script, and it is directed by a French guy who makes like whimsical movies. So you have these three different tones just going the whole time, and it's never boring.
I mean, do you care about spoilers, Jake?
I don't want us to be
Yeah,
going on
that's
for an
true.
hour about this movie.
Yeah, well, let's keep it brief anyway, because there's no way this is the most underrated, amazing
It's
film in the
it's
series.
not it's not good. It's really weird. I remember I had a fun time. However, I've only ever watched it once. I just remember one guy was very very much wanting to fuck in it.
Yikes.
Yeah, that's Brad Dourif's character. That's Chucky. That's Chucky wanting to make kissy faces at an alien.
Other than that, I mean, I can sum it like this: Pirates versus Aliens. Do you like that? You're gonna have a fun time.
Yeah, it's essentially Whedon has admitted that like the ragtag smuggler crew in this was like his dry run for Firefly. But like, you got some good actors in there. You got Ron Perlman in there as one of the main guys. He's cool.
You got a disabled guy playing it too, and that guy is fun.
Who builds a shotgun out of his wheelchair.
You have a
and there's
oh no, what were you gonna say?
no, they do one of the coolest things with a chest burster in this, where there's a guy who has it in him through the whole movie, and then he kills one of the villains by like holding his head to his chest as the alien comes out of him. That's
And there's so
fucking
many
awesome.
fun scenes where like he's like started freaking out. He's like, and they just like everyone just starts pointing their guns at him, like ready to kill him, and he's like, "It's good, I'm good." It's a fun time.
But no, like it's just a strange movie that was just, it just feels like it was Fox going, we need a movie, we need to make some money, so let's just take the dumbest idea we possibly have, which is let's clone Ripley, even though that wouldn't clone the alien, and make that the movie. It's so weird, and it looks weird too. Like, it's a weird looking movie.
It looks
it's like
weird.
tinted yellow.
It feels like you're playing a video game essentially. It's a but
I've heard the
Look, there's
video
a
game
video
is
game?
actually good.
I'm gonna play that.
Yeah, there was a PS1 game which I've heard mostly good things about.
I will say this, just of what I've heard of Resurrection, not just in this recording, but like I know that she gets cloned and stuff. It is a weird way for the series to end. Like, if you're not going to make another one, it's just an odd. This should be like one of the middle episodes. You know what I mean?
I feel like the ending actually works.
Oh yeah.
The ending actually works as an ending because she finally comes back to Earth, and it ends with the ship landing on Earth. That's good. And she's saying, "I haven't been back in a long time." That's a great final line.
Okay.
I will say, watch the theatrical cut. Don't watch the extended, because most of the editions are just dumb.
Nice.
Like, there's a goofy scene of a guy like it's, you know, the opening of Men in Black where like a bug gets squashed on the windshield.
Yeah.
They do that at the beginning of this. There's like a joke about the company got bought out by Walmart, and there's like a goofy ass scene at the end. Just watch the theatrical.
Anyways, next movie. Which one's next?
AVP.
AVP. Okay, let's get into it. I've watched this movie like 3 days ago, some very recent time ago, and I got hot, fresh thoughts on this movie. Now I'm gonna start things off here because I was dead silent. It's not great. It's not one of the best in the series. It's not one of the worst in the series. It's mid, but my
It's the
God,
mid, yeah,
is
that's
it
fair.
fucking fun. It is a really fun time. It delivers on the premise. It delivers on the title. It does give you what you want. I like it a lot better than AVP2. We should talk about them together because they're really one big story, because it picks up right at the end of AVP1. So let's just talk about both AVPs right now. I want to get into this right now. AVP, what I like about the first one in comparison to part 2 is that no one goes to these movies for the human characters. They go for the aliens and the predators. But the human characters in part 1 are relevant to the story. They're actually there to like investigate the temple and the tomb and do things that kind of matter. In part 2, it's a random town, and these human characters, they spend so much time in part 2 in this 90-minute film with these characters. There's like a high school love triangle, and there's like, I'm gonna beat you up because you like my girl, and the aliens just show up and start eating people. And it's like, why do I care who gets eaten and not if I don't like any of the fucking characters and they're not important? So that's why I like AVP1 a little more, actually a lot more than AVP2. But they both have fun action. I think they both deliver. The first one more so.
AVP1 has like, it's hobbled by the fact that it's a Paul W.S. Anderson movie, and like most of his movies suck ass.
Yeah.
And it has a lot of those qualities to it, but it does what it promises. It gives you the aliens and the predators fighting. I just wish they had, just nutted up and made it like a Space Marines thing, which is what all the other AVP lore is. Do it in the alien part of the timeline instead of the predator part. So we have this weird force thing where, aliens were on Earth all along, huh?
Yep.
But you get rid of that, you put it in space, and it would have been a better movie. It would have been the same thing, but better. That being said, I think the pyramid setting is really cool.
Yes.
I think it's visually interesting. It's very claustrophobic.
It's a cool setting because it changes every 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's like Cube, if you've ever seen that movie.
Yeah, I have not seen it. I know
It's a smart way to explain how the aliens were on Earth the whole time, where it's just like, they were stuck in this pyramid and it's only in this area of ice. So it worked there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that worked there, and I do think it's kind of cool that they got Lance Henriksen back. He's playing the original Wayland in this, which doesn't really track with the Alien movies, because in Alien 3, the Lance Henriksen that shows up is human at the end, and he's the creator of his name is Bishop, and he created the robot Bishop in his image.
I thought. Oh, yeah. No, you're right. I messed that up. You're totally right.
Yeah, his name is Michael Bishop. Now, there's been debate in the fan base over whether he's a human or an android for years, but like she hits him over the head and he bleeds red. He's human.
Listen, it's fine. He was cloned, and yeah, he was just cloned. That's the answer. He was cloned.
I mean, in this series where there's clones and robots, in Alien Earth, there's now 3 different types of robots at different points in time. So I guess you can take it any which way you want.
That's true. But no, I mean it's a fine movie. It gets a little goofy with like the human predator team up at the end, and the
I like
queen
that part.
is
That was
like,
cool.
It's all right. But the thing that's weird is that the queen in this movie is like they animated her like a T-Rex, like she's like running like a T-Rex. I thought that was kind of strange. But no, it's basic. It's like it's a fine like throwaway movie. It's not the worst thing ever, not the best thing ever.
It was cool. I liked it. I enjoyed it.
It's fun. Let's focus on part 2 a little bit because I just kind of went off a little on what I really don't like.
It's terrible.
Never seen it, so I have nothing to say.
I saw it once. I was excited to watch this. I rented the DVD, and I'm like, that movie fucking sucked.
I remember when it came.
It's
out.
very bad.
I remember that I was young. I was a young lad. I was 11. I watched Alien. I've loved Predator. Grew up with that. My mom showed me because I had heard of AVP, so my mom showed me Alien and Aliens. And so then I watched AVP, and I enjoyed it. But then I saw the trailers for Resurrection. I wanted to see it, but I was also just way too scared to see it because it looked so fucking terrifying.
Okay, fair enough. There's not much you're missing. I will say, the action, and there is quite a bit of Alien on Predator action. I do appreciate that. It's fun when you can see
Which is never.
It's very, very badly shot and edited. I'm kind of shocked. It implies really cool stuff. Like there's a scene where the Predator, who is the first and I think only Predator in the series that doesn't have the job of being a Predator, he is a fixer. He goes there and
He's called Wolf,
and he goes down to Earth. He's called Wolf
from Pulp Fiction. Yeah.
To reference Pulp Fiction. So Wolf comes down to Earth and is like there to fix the fuck up of the previous movie of like all these aliens are still on Earth. And so there's a scene in the sewer where basically Wolf is looking around, and it's like before the action starts, it's done pretty well. Where like you see him looking around, and you like get the shots of like the backgrounds of like the deep sewer tunnels where he's in the middle of, and you hear the aliens. You then see the shadows and stuff, and they come at him, and he starts fucking shredding them with his Predator tech, and it sounds so cool, but it looks like dog shit. I kind of wish that like how cool it was, like how cool on the page it would have been, translated to how cool it should have been. That's kind of like my main.
It's just their
thing with that.
pastime. That's their culture.
No, Predators, they go down. Their whole thing is that they want to have a worthy challenge, right? Well, this guy's not really a hunter. He's we saw him in the woods in AVP 2. He kills a guy because he was a witness. This random hunter, a guy with a gun, not a real predator. The guy with a gun was like, "Oh shit, predator! I'm running away!" And the predator kills him because he would have been like, a guy who would have reported.
So what
put
you're
the news out
saying
there.
is,
So
if I ever plan to watch this
he's
movie,
definitely not
I should
following
get
Predator
the
Clan
Joe
rules. He's a
version
different guy.
and up the contrast. Or sorry, up to the saturation.
It won't help.
Yeah,
I've seen people
brightness.
do that, and it does not help. It just looks all blurry and shitty. Honestly,
there's not. If you shoot it with like the intent of it being dark, there's not enough information there when you boost the exposure.
Honestly, the lighting being non-existent kind of helps in a sense, because I've seen what the alien suits look like. They look like hot ass. These are some of the worst looking xenomorphs you'll ever see. They're so rubbery.
And unless you have access to like the dailies, it's still the same editing. Like you still can't. They cut so fast with like these fight scenes.
And the other thing is that there's too many characters in this movie. There's like 7 or 8.
Oh my god, there's any characters in the movie. They're not relevant. They're not important.
Like if you just cut it down to like 2 or 3 mains, it would be fine. But there's so many.
Right. Why not bring back the girl from the first AVP, the fucking Arctic Expedition?
Because
Why
she's
can't
still
she be relevant
stranded
to
in
the series?
Antarctica, freezing her ass off.
Yeah, it's real time after that movie. I guess they'd have to ship her
And
back.
for as hyped as I was at the ending of AVP when the Predalien chestburster pops out, it's nothing in this movie. It's just mean and nasty and disgusting and just no.
It doesn't do anything different than an alien would do. Like, I guess technically it gave like it. There's a scene in the hospital where like it like did the alien mouth thing down someone's throat and like made them have alien
wrong.
babies. That's not.
That scene was awful.
That's not how either species reproduces. I might want to point that out. Unless I don't know about predators. Maybe they make out and you get. I don't know. It just didn't line up with anything that we've seen.
And it was just so they could be. It was just so they could be edgelordy with the maternity ward stuff.
Right. It's just like a quick scare. Like, oh, she's got triplet of aliens bursting out of her belly. Wow, great.
It's a very boring movie too.
It's very boring. Well, because so much of the movie is that fucking high school team.
Yeah,
like,
that is terrible.
Like,
there's one good line in that scene
God.
where the jock is like mocking the pizza guy, and he goes, "Well, I guess I know who got the sausage lovers," and that's not even that great of a line.
Oh yeah, sucks. I'm not gonna go off too much longer because we're doing the whole series, obviously. But like, there's really dumb parts in that movie. Like they find the keys in the sewer after 1 minute of looking. They check the entire sewer. But all right, we'll move on. The next one up is I think Predators from
20 years between solo Predator movies.
Yes, absolutely crazy to think about. Although 13 years in movie chronology, unless Predators in the future, I don't know. But Predators is a movie that did not get the public love and affection that, like, say the classic Predator did or anything else, or Predator Badlands is now enjoying.
It's awesome.
I think this movie is extremely underrated.
Oh, it's really good.
I fucking love Predators.
I mean, like you said, it's fucking
awesome.
sick.
What do you guys think
cool
about
scenes. Adrian Brody did a great job. I love the way it opens with all of them just kind of falling and stuff like that. I mean, I don't even know what else I could say. It's just, it's sick. I do think the Super Predators are kind of cool. They're a little strange. The whole like interest again, like it expanded upon the cultures and stuff like that. The whole like scene where like you're talking to the one guy who like has been hiding around and stuff the whole time. That was cool. The hunting planet. I like it all. I think it was a good thing. It was a good time. Like it kind of rehashes the first film like at the end, but I was just fine with that. Sucked to see OG kind of looking Predator dude get murdered like that, but I get it.
Yeah, I love the in contrast to AVPs, the human characters are great. They're really fun and compelling.
Yeah, they're solid.
I love that each one of them is like they're both like a fucked up type of person, and I love the twist of Topher Grace's character. I love that.
Yeah, Topher Grace was a twist. That was a good twist.
Stand out.
He was a serial killer, and I was like,
yeah.
Ooh, nice.
I like the title. It's a double entendre because all the humans are kind of predators in their own right. Yeah. Especially Topher Grace. I don't know. I love this movie. I think it's so underrated. It was my favorite Predator movie for a while until more came out, and then I watched all the series and stuff. Yeah. But this is easily one of the best in the series.
It's good. I just think they spend a little too much time building it up at the beginning. Like, what's going on? Where are we? And I'm like, okay, we've seen these movies before.
We know what's happening.
And then the other thing, it does kind of like, it gets a little too self-referential at times. But the other big thing is that it's a Predator movie on an alien planet, and they don't really do enough with that.
No,
they could have done so much more, but we now have that movie, so I'm not too upset.
It is very similar to Earth. Like, it's not at all. Aside from there being multiple planets in the sky, it's just a jungle. It's not really like a crazy situation.
The sword fight with the Yakuza guy is probably one of the peakest battles in all of Predator history.
I love that scene. I love it.
And that actor comes back.
Yes, he does. Wait,
he does?
Yeah, so he's
in Killer of Killers.
He's related to the ancient samurai in Killer of Killers.
Oh,
yeah.
Shit! I had no idea. Okay.
Yeah, cool. Same last name. Love that. So fun. Yeah, Predators 2010. I have like virtually no criticisms with this movie. I love the acting.
Hey, as we've now learned, Adrian Brody has not accepted an acting role since The Brutalist, so he has time to do a cameo.
I don't know why he wouldn't say yes to reprising his whatever Killer of Killers 2 is, where all the animated people come back and it's all voices.
Yeah.
Why not? Come on.
Come on.
You can do it.
Hey, he clearly had fun making this movie. Like,
he has 2 Best Lead
can tell
Actor
he's into
Oscars.
it.
He's not. He doesn't need to keep trying these like crazy dramatic roles. He can do something fun.
Come on, have a little
he could have done
have a little fun.
He could have easily done a cameo in the time it took him to make that fucking speech.
Oh my god, yeah.
But
the girl.
but yeah, no, it's
it'd be
a
cool to
solid
act too.
movie.
I can't remember her name, but
Yeah.
that actress.
And this movie, it made
she who was in
I was just gonna say the movie made money, but it only has a 65% Rotten Tomatoes. So people did not gravitate towards this.
Who knows? I don't even know why.
I kind of wish they had made. I mean, I love what we got. Don't get me wrong, except for one of them. But I kind of wish we had gotten a follow up to
Yeah,
this.
me too.
Me too.
Or see anybody.
That wasn't like a weird comic with like a predator with 6 arms.
Because now the end of the movie is like Adrian Brody and the girl going like, "Next time when they come, we'll be ready to fight back, bitch," or some crazy line, you know.
Also, speaking of Lawrence Fishburne, he's actually in this.
Yeah.
One.
Yes.
And I don't know why they bothered because he only shows up for
He's
like 10
fun
minutes.
in this. It's cool. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill you guys and then take all your stuff, and then that's how I'm gonna keep on living."
You're in my house, bitch.
The next film up are actually 2 films in a row that are very closely related. They're Prometheus and Alien Covenant. So there's no reason not to talk about them in conjunction with each other because they're Ridley Scott's vision for how he intended the origin of the alien in-universe chronology should be. And let's just say that I have thoughts on these movies. I'm
going to stop you right there.
Prometheus-
I'm just going to say Ridley Scott's vision. This might be a conspiracy theory. I don't think this is Ridley's vision. I think that people asking for so much and the studio kept on asking, and he said, "Fine, fuck it," and he came up with this. I don't think this was ever the original intent.
No, when making Alien 1979, of course not. There was no deeper thinking than that, of course, at the time.
So I want to say before we get into it, the hype for this movie before it came out was insane.
I remember it.
Because they did a great job of like building this up and like building up the mystery of it, because it was always like they kept talking about it like it's an alien movie, but it's not really an alien movie. And we're like, what does that mean? How does this tie in? And then you watch it and it's like, oh yeah, it's an alien movie. They just swapped out all the aliens for other shit.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I don't love it.
It's good. It's not the best.
I'll say something a little controversial. I like but don't love both of the movies.
I mean,
I like but don't love them.
That's standard.
To be fair, I haven't seen Covenant since it came out.
People were dogging on
But
Covenant.
I
People
just
hated Covenant.
I hated it at the time. I don't know how I'd feel about it now. But but I want to talk about how like before Prometheus came out during like promotion and stuff, Ridley Scott talked a lot of shit about AVP.
He did.
And it turned out later on, he admitted later on he hadn't even seen the movie. But then you watch Prometheus, it has a lot of overlap with the first AVP because it does the ancient astronaut thing. It's mainly set inside a claustrophobic temple, and it ends with the ancient astronaut alien having a chest burster pop out.
Oh my god, it does.
That's the final shot. It's almost the same movie in a lot of ways.
It's definitely all the same plot points, that's for sure. Yeah, I do remember watching this thinking like, oh, this is like AVP. What's that meme?
Yeah,
where
it's
just frustrating to watch because it gets so close to giving you giving you an answer to what it's hinting at, and then it just doesn't.
Yeah.
And it just ends on this weird kind of like inconclusive moment, and I'm like, oh, okay. This movie will go up for me depending on what the sequel does, and then the sequel doesn't really do anything.
No, the sequel did not expand on the questions raised in Prometheus almost at all.
It just wanted to raise more questions, and then there's just the alien itself was so nonsensical. Like I just that whole final act where like the body swap with the android, like You tell me you cut your hair, dyed it, changed everything in 5 minutes. Fuck off. No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
And I wish they cut the third act of this movie out, because they just do, because like the last like 15 minutes of this movie is just the first alien again.
Yep.
But in fast forward. And that's the most bullshit face hugger thing in any of these movies, because it gets its tail around the guy's neck. It doesn't even get on his face, and he somehow got an alien in him.
Wasn't it
Yeah,
because he
that's very
he
strange.
sucked in the spores?
No, that's the different aliens.
Okay.
There's the neomorphs, which are the pale, weird ones that barely feature in the movie. They're like all over the first act, and then they just kind of go away. But no, the guy gets like a face hugger, gets its tail around his neck, and it's like lunging at him. And they shoot it, they burn his face with the acid, but it doesn't actually get its sting in his mouth. So how did you get the alien in him? You could cut that whole sequence out and go straight into the ending with them going into hypersleep, and it wouldn't make a difference.
I remain so confused about these two movies, and not in the way that they intended me to, maybe a little, but just in the sense of like, what was their goal? What was their point? Like, with Prometheus, Ridley Scott, it feels like a different film entirely than Alien. So like, it's not an origin story for Alien. It tries to be in like the last 10 seconds, and then Alien Covenant definitively says like, oh hey, this is actually the real origin of Alien. I always liked Alien, the first two, Alien and Aliens. I liked it because you just don't know what you're gonna find in space. Like, it's just a fucking thing that exists. Like, there's no like predetermined, like, we crafted this in a lab, gods came down a long time ago and built it. It's just a fucking thing, right? That just will eat your face off and kill you or whatever. Whereas like in this, if you think about the chronology, it goes like Prometheus. The fucking engineers come to Earth. Engineers make humans. Humans make the synths. The synths make the alien. I maybe that was their actual like oh, this is a great idea. I think that muddles the entire continuity of the series. Just
and the whole thing is that like, and I know apparently the idea was supposed to be that David doesn't actually create the alien, he recreates it based on like the stuff he was reading from the engineers, but it's very confusing the way it's explained in the movie, and so it's like, what's even going on?
Oh, so he
and how does the black goo tie in?
So if David was recreating the aliens, does that at all allow for continuity between this and AVP, where they were on like the temples and shit?
I'm sorry.
No,
I don't think so.
I gotta think something to you. The AP is its own separate continuity, but it doesn't tie into either. I really hate to tell you that.
It's
gotta
be. The alien.
There's no way
it always was meant to be. It was never meant to be tied in.
It's different depending on which series you're watching, because the Predator movies, at least one of the bad ones, at least we'll mention it in a minute, that includes Easter eggs for the AVP movies, but the Alien movies are like, fuck off with your crossover bullshit. We're making real art.
That's true, because Alien movies, or rather, AVP movies, how would I describe this? Alien films and Predator films prior to the two AVPs all connect, which totally makes sense. And then Predator films after the AVPs still connect, but Alien films after the AVPs diverge and do their own thing, including Romulus, which reinforces Prometheus and Alien
It's
Covenant.
also not really being spoken of is that AVP was a thing way of the movie. It was comics,
It was a
and
comic.
video games, and yeah, it was a comic. There was video games. There was a toy line. It had its own thing.
Well, it was funny because like a lot of crossover comics, like, you know, where Freddy versus Jason versus Ash, that's not actually film canon. They actually took that and made it. So they were like, let's shoot this shit. This sounds fun and rad. And then that threw a wrench into both. Well, it really just throws a wrench into Alien because they kept diverging from it.
Covenant's weird.
Used to throw
I don't know. What sucks is like what I was saying in terms of like it. I liked it as just like a force of nature. Both versions of the continuity of the Alien series diverge from that, because in one of them they've always been on Earth with the temples, and you know, Predators brought them here, And in the other one, engineers made humans, which made sense, which made aliens, but they also were remade from the aliens the engineers first made because they had goo, and goo makes aliens sometimes. It's a whole fucking thing. So both kind of have muddled continuity for me. So to that I say, to each their own. Whatever
It's all
movies you
made
like
up anyway.
should be in canon. Yeah. Yeah. Whatever. Ironically, Bruce is right, though. The
Oh,
Predator
yeah.
series is almost airtight in terms of its own continuity.
It's fine, it's fine.
So, speaking of Predator,
Oh, is this next?
Speaking of Predator, yeah, not much else to talk about of Proteus and the Alien Covenant. Aside from the fact, like, I kind of enjoy it. I like the Michael Fassbender's robot character in those two movies. I think he does a great job. He's really well written. For everything else in the movie that's not well written, he's really well done. And in Covenant, the best parts are him talking to himself. So that's
you blow, I'll do the finger.
the best thing ever. Yeah. Very intentionally
And so that
sultry
brings us
dialogue.
So
That brings us to
Yeah,
Shane
we're
Black's The
sad.
Predator. This film was
So,
dog
I'll
shit.
let you guys pop off.
I don't want to get too deep into this. It
Yay.
is baffling that Shane Black made
I'm
a movie this
relieved.
bad.
I was hyped. I was like, dude, one of the cast members of the first Predator who's become a screenwriter is screenwriting a Predator sequel. Could not be better pairing. And it's easily the worst one in the whole series.
It's better than Requiem.
In the
but
solo
not by
Predator
much.
series.
And it's one of those things where it's bad, but it's at least like there's at least like stuff happening. It's not boring. And then you get to the third act, which was all reshot, and it's just them walking around in the woods for 20 minutes. What the fuck is even going on?
Who fucking knows or cares, man? Like, it tries to be like a Marvel film with like all these supporting characters like quipping at each other all the time, and like you look at like the first Predator, like each character got development, and some of them have like quips at each other at certain moments, but the tone of that film is still fucking awesome. It's like a serious action film, and The Predator 2018. Like, if you go to Wikipedia, it says it's a science fiction action film, which I fully agree. You know, like, you can kind of call The Predator 1 that too, but it's a lot darker than that. It's a lot more fun than that. And this is just, it's trying to be
A
fun.
lot
and
of like
it's
a
not
lot of
having
like
really
semi-improvised
It's just
lines and
sad.
stuff, like Keegan Michael Key giving Thomas. It's
Right.
wild. Thomas Jane is in this movie, and he does
it-
nothing. Like the Punisher is in
Yeah,
this movie,
it's a
and
lot
he
of
does
characters
nothing.
do The Predator series has always been one to sequel bait, at least since AVPs. All the recent Predators have done sequel baiting at the end. This is far and away the worst, most insulting, where he's 42 long and he's got the Predator killer suit.
And they shot versions
total-
of the ending where they
no
did
one's
AVP,
excited.
and it was Ripley in the pod. Yeah.
Yeah, except it wasn't Sigourney.
So they would have added time travel into this.
That was
bitch.
crazy. Oh my god, that would have been even worse.
I mean,
Somehow
I would
it would've
like
been
to
even worse.
see. I would like to see
but
the version
my
Shane
least-
Black shot before they reshot a bunch of it, just to see. I mean, I don't think it would be good, but it would be better. I think.
Yep. One of the worst parts of this movie, it's not, I can't even say it's the worst because there's so many bad parts. One of the worst parts is there's a scene that starts out pretty good at the school where the Predator is chasing them, right? And then
Yes.
the Super Predator shows up, which is like a
It's all
10-foot tall
CG.
Predator or something. And all CG, he one-shots the
He rips
Predator,
him in
like
half, I
tears his
think.
head off or something like that. And I'm like, wow, way to take one of the most badass iconic characters in cinema, in movie monsters anyway, and just completely neuter the threat by having an even bigger, scarier Predator. Like, no one's going to this movie to see the Super Predator. They're going to see the fucking Predator. They're Predator fans. You're kind of spitting in their face by doing this.
And that's not even the worst.
So I was
thing
really
about the movie
put off by
because,
that.
We'll let Xander discover
it's
some
not.
of this stuff on his own, but
Yeah, but I'll just say, like, the reason that they're there, the main point of the plot, is laughable. Like, it's a comedy at that point. So we'll move on.
the only thing I've ever experienced about it, aside from like what I've heard from you guys and like one or two shots of the movie, is that what was it called? I listened to the audio of the prequel that I enjoyed. I don't know. I thought that was pretty good. What was it called? The Predator Hunters and Hunted by James A. Moore. It was actually really cool. I don't know. I liked it.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. I don't know if I'll ever check it out because I just have so much disdain for that film, but maybe it is something that's better.
I do have an earlier script if you want to read that.
Oh, man. I don't know.
Of to note, there is a crocodile fight between him and the Predator.
Oh, they can redeem that scene from the Wolfman they never shot. All right. Okay. Now we're talking.
I was about to say.
I know. I'm like, wait a minute. When I read that scene in Wolfman 2010, I was like, wait a minute.
Fuck yeah, man. Well, the next one up in chronology is Prey.
Oh, yeah!
This is hype.
This is the
Such a
second
return to
best
form.
Predator film
Such a
of all
return to
time.
form.
I fucking love this movie. Naru is a badass. The whole scene where she trains with the hat.
I have it at.
The fifth. Ooh.
I think I have it at
such
fifth
a
now?
tough time ranking the Predators movies because I love so many of them. Like I think Predator, I think Prey, I think ones we haven't talked about yet. I think Predators 2010. All of those are just like they could swap. They're just so fucking good. But Prey is no exception. Yeah. It's awesome. I watched Prey before watching Predator 2, so I didn't know why they cared so much about the damn gun. Now I get it. It's a backstory for the gun.
I love the whole training scene with her and the hatchet and like the freaking like the rope thing. I love her and her dog. The fucking oh my god, just like her character arc of growing, wanting to grow and stuff like that, and the fucking grizzly bear scene. Fucking Predator fucking punches a damn bear, cracky, snapping its neck. I fucking awesome. The fur traders and the whole scene where like the fucking murders all of them. That one shot where like he picks up the bear trap, fucking uses it, and then
I love the moment where they fire a volley, and then because they have shitty ass
I love it.
flintlock guns, they have to like take forever reloading.
Someone throws like an axe or something at him, and he grabs it and like flicks it down at someone else. And it's just such a smooth move kill, and it's just so good. That one scene where even though it's CGI of like the ant being eaten by the mouse, being eaten by the snake, being killed by the predator, it was.
Yes, that's so fun.
It's just the
that's
fucking
so fun. Yautja, prey to none, friend to none, predator to all.
And they
eating the flowers.
And the climax where she turns her own weapons against him. That was cool.
And the fucking
the Predator weapons I loved, and again I picked this up as soon as I saw it. I was like, oh, I know what they're doing. He's not less advanced because it's 300 years ago. He's just as advanced because they've been around on Earth all the time. He is purposely choosing less advanced weapons because humanity isn't equipped enough to fight him yet. The Predator is scaling down. I love
actually
that.
do think it's less advanced. I just think they happen to be more advanced than what humanity is, and then by the time the first Predator movie happens, they've gotten advanced.
I don't know. I feel like if you take the Predator from the first Predator and drop him into the 1700s,
no, 100%. But it's like
all that tech is gonna. But like the whole point about Predator is that like they want a challenge. They want a.
I don't think he's
fight,
sailing down.
You know?
I think it literally is just like I don't know, because I think that's cool to think that they're technologically, I mean, because it's still very technologically advanced for that time period.
I mean, they still they'd have to be scaling down because they have like interstellar ships.
And like the Predator series acknowledges AVP as canon, and they all looked normal in ancient times. They all looked like the Predator from Schwarzenegger because they were fighting aliens, not humans. So that makes sense.
I feel like you're too hung up on what's canon and what's not, buddy. It's ruining your experience.
Is it ruining the experience, or is a film that has attention to canon improving the experience, Xander?
Listen. Just accept that the Tomb of the Dragon Emperor won't be canon. Okay, it's better for everyone.
Come on, guys. We only got like what 3 movies left?
Yeah, we only have 3 films left. Xander. Yeah, God forbid I enjoy continuity.
The one thing I'm not huge on in this movie is that it does just kind of become Predator 1 again.
That's
and I'm
the
not
only
big
knock
on,
against it. Yeah.
And I'm not big on the face. It looks weird and flat and like.
I like
Yeah, I wish
it looks like a skull. I
It
like
had
it.
stuck to just animatronic face or puppetry face, whereas like they definitely use some CGI in the face. I'm like, yeah, okay. But yeah, that's my
technically
only
got
knock.
3 films left. We'll start with the next one here. We're once again shifting franchises over to Alien Romulus. This movie's awesome. It is easily my favorite Alien film since Alien and Aliens. It is the only one in the series I think worthy of putting next to those 2. It's not as good as either of them, but it's just so great. It's so fun.
It's finally a good third Alien movie.
Yeah, it took long enough, and it's like 1.5.
Yeah, I liked how they balanced the tones and the approaches and made it a bit of Alien and a bit of Aliens.
Yeah.
Right. I love that. And dude, the scene where she does the D-gravity and shoots
Yes.
so
that was
creative.
So cool.
So creative. I love that incorporation.
That was cool. I loved how they made the face huggers a threat in and of themselves.
Yes.
And they were like crawling around like spiders. That was cool.
I love that those were
That was so
actual
fun.
puppeted face huggers.
Mm-hmm.
I literally was tense watching that scene for the first time.
And I like the way they folded in the Prometheus elements and that creepy monster they bring in at the end. That was all really
Yes,
cool.
Cool.
this felt like the true bridge between whatever Prometheus and Covenant were doing and the original Alien film. This felt like the glue that marries them. You know?
I love the relationship between I forget their names, but the main character and the android.
Oh yes, I love. That's some of the best Android stuff in the movies.
Yeah, it was so good.
Rain and Andy.
Rain and Andy.
Yeah, they were
I love
great.
it
The android's
so
great.
much. I
Some
love
of the
that we
best
get
android
to
drama in the movies.
see finally the growth between Chestburster and Xenomorph. I love that we saw that.
Yeah, they make a cocoon.
I'd always wondered, and I love that we finally. That was so cool.
Yeah, that was very fun.
Yeah, if there's anything I don't like about this movie, it leans way too hard into the nostalgia bait, where it's like,
Yeah,
It's
You
really
have to
that
get
one
it-
line. It's that one line where he
It's
says,
the-
"Get away from her, you bitch." It feels out of
well,
character.
it's the get away from her, you bitch line. It's the fact that you can see the Narcissus, the shuttle from the Nostromo in the background in one scene. That doesn't make any sense.
I missed that completely.
I did.
Yeah. I don't think the plot needed to be as connected to the original Alien as it was, because like, what are the fucking odds they're going to find the original Alien floating around out in space?
Right.
I mean,
exactly.
it was near
That
the
was stupid.
Nostromo, I guess. I don't know.
That was stupid, and I know the whole Rook character is controversial because of the CGI likeness. My problem with it is that it's completely pointless and means nothing. Why does that have to be Ash?
I agree. It didn't have to be Ash.
It doesn't. I agree.
And I think it was really just...
You know, when
And
we
it
had
turned
that
out-
AI debate, I hadn't seen Romulus at the time. I just knew that they did that, and I was thinking it was the same character. But now that I know it's not, in fact, the same character, I was like, oh, well, you don't need that.
I felt that was
And
very,
I
very
know that
disrespectful
it's
because the
completely
actor
pointless.
was dead or has passed away, and I think that's super disrespectful that they did that. I'm like, why? What? No.
I disagree.
Well, we now know that. I now know that I learned that they wrote that as a different character. Like they had the same role in the story, but they wrote and even storyboarded some of it as a female android. So it's just pointless nostalgia bait bullshit.
It didn't
that they
need to
threw in there.
happen. They could out. They could have just had the person.
You could have taken that out.
They could have just had the person who played that character that they CGI'd order play the character and be it. That's reason. It was bad.
It's just and this is something that it's typical of Alien stuff, because there's been multiple Alien media where they tie it into the original movie in ways that are just annoying. Like the Isolation video game. Oh, the main character is Amanda Ripley, who has her own Ripley's daughter from Aliens who died, who has her own adventure with the alien. That's kind of unnecessary. back when they introduced, like, they reset the expanded universe back in like the early 2010s, and they wrote a whole bunch of novels that were supposed to be canon, and the first one, Out of the Shadows, has Ripley having an adventure in between Alien and Aliens, then giving herself amnesia at the end of it. So it's just on brand with the stuff 20th Century and Fox have been doing with Alien, and it's annoying as shit.
I will say that I do think it's kind of funny that, well, one, I think that imagery of Xenomorph, the original Xenomorph, like just hanging from the ceiling, like being dead. I thought that was a really cool imagery. It looked really epic. But I do think it's funny that in the context of the original Alien, where it was like, it seemed like no matter what, that fucking thing wouldn't die, and the fact that it still somehow lived, tore the ship up, brought eggs in and stuff, and then died. It's like Jesus Christ, it's the meme. How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man? You won't fucking die.
Yeah.
But I think if they had just opened it up with them cracking open an asteroid and finding an alien or a facehugger in there, that would have been so much better than just going like, oh, this is connected, everything's connected. It makes the universe feel smaller.
And I guess that also, although I guess Romulus also helped bring back my point about how, like, if there are no xenomorph, if there is no queen present, a xenomorph can evolve into it. No queen, because how the eggs came, right? Or how does that happen in Romulus? I forget.
They genetically study the thing and they break it down and they like 3D print them.
Right. Okay.
I don't know exactly how they did it, but it was weird.
But Romulus has the world's the whole record for fastest Cheshire. It's fucking
AVP might have that, the first one.
No.
Literally like 5 minutes.
They passed out and then they woke up later. In this one, you see the girl first off get the face hugger thrown on her, and they literally pull it out and pull it out of her. So I don't know how that was great. I thought that was an awesome scene. I don't know how the hell it had time to even implant the egg, but then that happened, and then literally it, like, the fucking thing forms instantly, and then and I'm just like, what? That's probably the only thing, but that thing's a runner, man. And then actually, hold on, I'll stick to that one more, because like the whole idea is that the face hugger is on long enough for the egg to be implanted, or the embryo to be implanted, for it to form long enough so that the chest burster can come out, right? Is that what I understand, right? Yeah, so then it wouldn't have been able to implant something if it only like was in her mouth for like 2 seconds, but I digress. It was a cool scene nonetheless, and you know.
I mean, it made more sense to the thing in company.
With that said, that scene when they're like trying to get the fucking key card or something, and it's like in the flooded area, and that music started playing and everything, and then like fucking Andy is rebooting and stuff, grabs the face hugger. Oh, that was sick. I love that shot. I love that song too, the kind of thing. It was cool. But yeah, great. Love Romulus. It's a perfect film to put him.
Yeah, I think we've all said our piece on Romulus.
I gotta say, it's weird. There's only ever been 3 Alien movies in the whole franchise.
3 Alien movies. Yep. Everything else is simply not worthy of Xander's approval. Now we'll go over here to Predator. The last 2 films in either series are 2 Predator films from this year, months apart. We have Predator: Killer of Killers. We'll start there. This movie fucking rocks. I did not expect much from it, because a lot of times animated tie-in films to a series do not hold anywhere near as much weight as the stuff in that series that, you know, if usually the case is, we have an idea. Yeah, we have an idea for a project, but we don't want to spend real money on it, so we'll just hire a bunch of animators for 90 minutes and shit this out into home video. This is so not that. This is like a serious passion project with a clear creative vision and everything that happens in it does pay off in the end, and it's really special. I was blown away by how good this movie was. Before we get to the very, very end with like the cameos and stuff, what do we think of the four
first
stories in the movie?
First one,
I think they're all pretty good.
I'm a big fan of Vikings and stuff. It was all right. I like when the Predators are more sleeker than bulky. Second one, absolutely loved. You know, I'm a fucking loser who likes Japan and anime and stuff like that, and fucking ninjas are awesome. That whole thing was perfect. The thing with the brothers, loved it. Surprisingly, really enjoyed the World War. Is it 2? Is it supposed to be World War II set? Yeah, World War II with the pilot and stuff. That was shockingly really enjoyable. I did not expect that at all, especially since it's like usually everything interesting about the Predator is like you know when it's like just him. But ship battle, I did not think I'd like. But damn, that was really cool. Solid time. And then the fourth story, I enjoyed. I liked it a lot.
And audience for context, we're talking to 3 people who loved all of them, but I have a different feeling than you do. I thought the weakest one was the World War II one. I thought because the combat of the first 2, especially the second one, was so elite that shifting gears after both of those to like a plane fighter movie, it was interesting as a premise. It's not a bad segment, but it to me, like gunfighting and turret fighting, missile fighting is not as engaging. Maybe that's a personal bias as like physical hand-to-hand combat with like a shinobi sword, in ancient Japan, like that to me has like a lot more.
No, agree. It's not.
It's just more fun to watch.
But it was very creative how they managed to do it, because it's like, okay, you're in World War II. How are you going to take down a technologically alien advanced ship? How they did it, I was like, oh, that's really cool. So that was my whole thing.
Yeah, it's cool. It's interesting. I do think the main character in that was just a little too goofy. Just a little.
I love him.
Toned him down.
I loved him. I had fun with him. I like him.
I get it. Like he's contrasting the other 2 protagonists from the other 2, which are very serious and barely talk. So, but
now I'm sort of with Xander on this one. I do think the Viking one was the weakest. It was still good, but like it was kind of a slow build, and it was very lumbery. It was still good. It just wasn't as good as the other 2. The Japan one was the best.
Yeah,
we're all agreed on that.
All agree on that. Yeah,
that one was just cool. What I liked about the World War II one is that that's something we've never seen, like Predator ship combat before.
Exactly.
True.
It was
True.
It was cool seeing them do it's like this is their version of fishing almost instead of hunting.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I love it.
It was like we were seeing a different part of that.
Yeah,
culture.
it was something new to see. It was like, oh shoot, this is a thing. Yeah.
And then the way they brought them all together in the arena at the end was really cool. I just wish they didn't tip their hand as early as they did, because they showed them like in a room together before that point, and it's like you could have held off a little longer.
Yep. The 4 segments, I'm just gonna rank them. Samurai, which we'll all have at number 1. Then I think I would go the Viking. I actually really liked the Viking segment. I thought it was it's a simple story. It's a classic revenge story, but it's so short that it just kind of hits its beats and gets it done. And the Predator, I like how each Predator has a different style of fighting. Like one's this yoked out, roided up dude, and then the other one's like super thin and like tactile and stuff. So, second is Viking. Third, I think I would lean the Final Battle, and then the World War II, which I still like the World War II one, but like the other 3 I think are a little bit better.
So I have it Samurai, Final Battle, Planes, and then Viking. But
okay, sure.
And I also want to sign off by saying that this movie is currently my number 7 on my list for the year.
Mine is like number 9 or 10. It's up there.
I like obviously Samurai first. I'm gonna call it the final bit, the airplane battle, and then the Viking scene. It's just the Viking bit. It's just I don't know. It's just
sure.
I wasn't a big fan on it.
Some days I would put the Final Battle second instead of the Viking one, just because the satisfaction of seeing the characters at the end, at least Amber Midthunder, like, oh my god, the direction the series is going to go is great. But that's all predicated on what they will do with this.
I hope they
end up
do
doing anything with this.
But
you know?
yeah, I don't know. I mean,
So.
I don't know if you can't tell by the things I enjoy. I'm not big on the big brutes kind of thing. I'm mostly, I like more like the slender.
Oh, 2018's
If
Predator is.
If there's anything I don't like about the Predators in this movie, and it's something Trachtenberg, he did it in Prey too. I don't like the Predators having like a mask that comes down to here, and then their mandibles are hanging out the bottom. That's just aesthetically something I don't like.
I think they look really badass.
Moving on to the final film of discussion today, we have Predator motherfucking Badlands. I said that Shane Black's Predator was like a Marvel movie Predator insulting it. This is a Marvel movie Predator complimenting it. Like, this is in the best possible way. It is taking the idea of a Predator and making it the protagonist for the first time in the whole series, which I don't know why it's never been done. I know they want to lean horror with a lot of the other ones, but like, this is just, let's have some goddamn fucking fun. Let's play in the sandbox. Let's play in this world. We're also in the alien world. Let's take elements from that as well, and let's make a great fucking blockbuster film. And it accomplishes everything it set out to do. I love it. I love this movie so much.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like I said about Predators, one of the things I had with that movie was that it's set on an alien planet, but they don't really do anything with it. This answers the call and does everything.
It does. The entire planet fights in the third act. He takes like elements of every fucking creature. It's great.
Yeah, it's basically him. Yeah, it's a planet that's everything on it is trying to kill him, and he uses that to his advantage. It's so cool.
God!
I love when plots do that kind of stuff. It's so cool.
Yeah. It is a familiar story trope, but it works so well here.
It's a familiar one, but it's a classic one that I can't help but love, and it's a nice twist on the classic thing that or nice twist on the thing that the first film does and Predator does, where they you kind of build a trap and you're using your resources instead of like other things, because like Dutch does that and stuff. So it's kind of cool where like he's doing the same sort of thing, but he's also doing it from things he used. I really like that.
Thought it was awesome.
Also, come on,
so good.
Freaking wrist spray based off made out of razor leaf grass. That's awesome.
So good. Come on.
The core group of characters were all really great.
I love this film. I think it was great. I think this is the only nitpick. I wish he had the mask on one more, because I like the masks.
I like the mask too. I wish he did too as well.
I like the mask he jerry rigs. That was really cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. Great.
I don't like that his dreads were in a ponytail. I don't know. I looked cool. But that was about my only real thing.
My only problem with his design is I think I get they're going. He's like a younger, kind of smaller Predator, but I think his head is just a little bit too narrow. If it widened out just a bit, it would have been better.
It's because the dreads are pulled back. The dreads are pulled. It's the dreads. If you had them right there, fine. But I digress. That's just a nitpick. I love the story.
I loved how they inserted it into the alien universe.
Yes, I love that. I love the androids. I didn't know about that because I avoided the trailers like plague. And so I absolutely enjoyed it. I was like, oh my god,
I saw the trailer and I thought like, oh cool, one of the supporting characters is going to be a reference to Weyland Yutani. But no, it ends up being the plot. It ends up being the massive third act.
Yeah.
So it's really leading in further than I thought they would, which is a great decision. So.
And I think it's cool after all this time, they finally went, let's just send an entire crew of synths into a place to do things for us.
Yeah, like it works. It's cool. I love I like it. It's just really good. So I haven't had a chance to see it since. Rip to the poor little his little buddy that was shooting the little flicks of acid or whatever.
Yeah.
Yep.
But great time. I liked it.
And I loved his other little buddy.
Which one was it?
So yeah, he was a great character too. He was adorable.
Bud was so good.
it very effectively played on the audience's heartstrings because you got to buy into that character to understand the empathy of. If he was annoying, then you would have been like, well, kill that fucking big thing at the end. Who cares? But the fact that they made you care about him, you know, it's like, oh, well, now he can't be a predator killer of killers. He has to be the predator Badlands, you know. All right, I don't. We can't go through an entire ranking right now because I don't even know where I would rank everything against each other. But I will just ask a simple question: what is the? Oh, sorry, go on.
Oh, I was just gonna say. Well, I'm not a. I commit to my choices, so I do have the Predator films ranked.
Well, all I was just gonna ask is, what is your favorite and least favorite from each series? That's what I wanted to get to.
But I will say, are we including AVP in that?
I mean, I have ranks for.
Let's include AVP.
I have ranks for Predator films and Alien movies. I feel like it's not fair to rank them in together as one same list, but I do have ranks for both series.
But I also wanted to say Badlands is currently my number 3 of the year.
I will start things off because I am going to, Xander, commit to my choice and say the first Alien is my favorite of the Alien movies. I lean very slightly, just because it's so perfect at what it does. Again, so is Aliens, but Aliens, the tonal shift, while welcome, I don't think it hits the heights of the horror of the first Alien, and that's just me. I'm still playing around with them in my head. I don't know which one is where, but I'm gonna say first Alien is the best of the Alien series, and the worst is AVP Requiem. I mean, come on. Come on. I haven't seen Alien Resurrection, but how could it be worse? Than that?
It's not worse.
It's not, man. So my Alien film ranking, starting from number 7, is Alien Cubed, and then we have Alien Cubed, Alien Covenant, Prometheus, Alien Resurrection, Alien Romulus, Alien, and Aliens. Although those last 3 are very close to each other. They're very kind of stuff.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So my favorite Alien movie is Aliens, and my least favorite is AVP Requiem because it's barely even a movie.
Barely even a movie. Get the fuck out of here, stupid bitch. Fucking goddamn movie. All right. So now we get to the Predators, which is another point of contention here. I tentatively am going to choose the first Predator. Might I say my top 5 Predator movies could all switch and be number 1. But I will definitively say Arnie's Predator is my favorite right now because it started the whole thing. It kicked everything off. It does everything so fucking well. I wouldn't have had it at number 1 because I didn't like the voice laugh at the end, but then the recording making it the other character, perfect. No notes. So that's number 1 for me. The worst, it's not AVP Requiem. I hate Shane Black's 2018's The Predator. I think that movie is worse than Requiem because at least Requiem has like enjoyable parts, whereas The Predator was, every scene was disappointing. Every single narrative structure of each scene ended in disappointment. At least AVP, the fights I could see were fun. That's all I'll say. It's also 90 minutes, so who cares?
So my favorite Predator is the original. Which is, it's a great movie, and my least favorite is AVP Requiem because, like I said before, it's barely a movie.
Can't blame you.
Well, see, I'm like, see, Jake, Bruce can commit to his. I'm just kidding.
I'm committing.
No,
God
you
damn
said
it.
for the time being. I'm like, buddy. Okay.
It is.
My.
That's
the
committing
Predator
now.
films for me
I'm committing at this
are,
moment.
Number 6, Predators. For the record, these rankings for the Predator movies, it's a case of the fact that they're ranked, the fact that there are so many does an injustice to my feelings of the movies. So number Predators, because there always has to be a final one. Then it's Killer of Killers, Predator 2, Predator Badlands, Prey, and then the first, and then number 1 has been, always will be, because I'm committed, Predator, the original Predator.
Oh, not even a little open to anything else. Got it.
I mean,
Sealed off.
I could give my full Predator ranking. The Alien one is a lot harder.
I was about to ask Xander, if you're factoring in the AVPs, at least the one you've seen, is that the worst one?
No, because it's an AVP film. It's its own thing.
If I'm asking you the question, if you were to put AVP into the Predator
I
ranking,
can't. It's
where
not
would
a
it
Predator
land?
film. It's a
Oh, non-committal
I
ass
was
fucking
just
over
saying.
here. Jesus Christ.
Okay, I'll give you my Predator ranking. I'll give you my Predator ranking at the bottom, Requiem, because it's barely a movie. Right above it, The Predator. It edges in above Requiem because it at least has some ambition to it. It's not good ambition, but it has something. Right above that is AVP. It's kind of a mid-movie. Then I go Predators. Above that, Prey. Then Killer of Killers, Badlands, Predator 2, and the original.
All right,
thanks,
you
Chris,
know
for
what,
answering the
Jake?
question at
Fine,
hand.
fine.
Jeez.
Yes, AVP and AVP Requiem would be below Predators there.
All right.
Actually,
That's- I was curious about that.
Actually, no. I think it would be above, or original AVP would be above Predators because it's cool to watch.
Really?
Because it's cool to watch aliens and Predators fight. It's cool.
It is. But I don't like that movie.
Yeah, well,
All right, that's fair. That's fair.
These steel-jawed beasts have a hunger for destruction. Can they be stopped by the ultimate galactic hunter? Predator! The battle is on. Aliens versus Predator, the hunter against the beast. An alien killer crab attacks, but the Predator crack tusk fires shoulder mount missiles, and Predator Scavenge attacks with a double-barreled bola, each sold separately. Will the Predator win the battle against the evil aliens? Aliens versus Predator! Now get a special 2-pack with an exclusive Dark Horse comic.
what does everyone want for Christmas?
What want for Christmas? I want Alien versus Predator film set in the future that unites both continuities.
What about you, Bruce?
I mean, they're gonna do an AVP movie.
Yeah,
I hope
That's-
they've been teasing it for the past 6-7 movies.
I mean, I already sent my list in, so I basically know what I'm getting. So
Nice. Hell yeah.
Yeah, no. As for me, I just want to keep doing these podcasts with you guys.
Oh, I know what I want. I know a Christmas gift I want. A foreshore announcement of a Creature from the Black Lagoon remake.
Yeah.
Hey,
Now we're talking.
Give that shit the green light.
I want a new monster mashup movie.
Oh.
There we go.
Hell yeah.
All right, everyone. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you later.